force myself to laugh, so then
I lost count on the for life.
Hello, I'm Chris Solo, and welcome to the realms of Ukodor, where I've gathered some of my fellow creatives to sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons.
We're fellow creatives.
So, before we get started, I have some really exciting announcements to get through. So, first off, as you can see on some of our players, Grumpy Geeks have sponsored us with some really cool T-shirts and swag and tote bags. So, not this session, but once a month we will have a giveaway for a T-shirt. So make sure to stay tuned for that. The next items that you can see on the table we have from Harps Corp, dice boxes or dice trays, excuse me. As you can see, they're very they're really neat, and they smell fantastic.
They smell so
and they also have dice vaults. So these things are really neat, really cool. These will also be part of giveaways later on. But most exciting thing that I have to share, never really been a big fan of what do you call them? The videos where you unboxing.
I love those.
But let me tell you, I'm geeking out over this. So
did 35
I haven't looked at
episodes
this
of
stuff
unboxing.
as much yet, but I will definitely share this with you guys. So from our friends of Geek and Gaming, we have custom dice boxes for players with the Realms of Ukodor flaming D20 logo on the front, Realms of Ukodor on the back.
That's legit.
Good place to store your. Smells fantastic.
So fancy.
Yeah, you could put anything.
I'm a little bit wet. Just a little bit.
But so, stay tuned for a break, and we will be giving out one of these to one of you lucky Ukodorics, which is a really cool term that one of our fans have given us. But before I continue,
1 in 12
I have a gift for Denahi.
Oh,
And
oh, it has my name on it.
Jadobi. And so many things. I'm sorry for the sound. I'm probably making all this bubble wrap
That's
stuff.
There's my name on it.
Burakubuu.
That's so cool.
That's what you just.
Did you say that?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I
that's
spelled it right.
I wasn't paying attention.
Wouldn't that be funny if they didn't? No, that would be terrible if they didn't.
That would be terrible.
Ooh.
It smells like
it
farts.
I guess they forgot you.
Does it really?
It slides right in there.
alright.
Doesn't it smell like cedar farts to you?
I'll get grumpy about it.
This is part of the reason why you should probably pre-unbox, so then I don't have to unwrap everything and torque, sure. But also, if
Look at that.
Presents.
if our producers could come out and join us, I have a gift for you from myself and our friends at Geek and Gaming. So I can hand you guys some stuff as well.
This
We'll
is
go ahead and
cool.
wait.
We'll wait for the producers to roll in the door.
Hey,
And here they are.
Hey.
Well, here's one of the producers.
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow!
That's not Nathan
Alright.
Lane.
Smell them. So, yeah.
They smell
Nathan
fantastic.
Lane.
This one has a nice bouquet of
Yeah, right? It's got
Smell
like,
inside it.
It smells like critical fail.
You gotta get down, big man.
there's yours.
Thomas is very tall.
Ooh, I just have to smell it, Jeremy.
I know. Yep. I
The
know.
aroma
Oh
of
my god.
something.
The
That
craftsmanship-
That good
craftsmanship
word.
Smells like
fantastic.
It's also magnetic.
Yes, it is. So, very, very special thanks to our friends at Geek and Gaming for making those for us. They are a husband-wife small business out of Kentucky. We're working on some other really cool things with them, so stay tuned for that. And again,
That's nice.
Nerd
make sure you
couples.
stick around for
Pretty
the giveaway at our break. You can view all these sponsors and the discount codes for them at our website at ukodor.com, and then the sponsor tab will have all the information and links to all of their stuff.
Go buy stuff and support them.
Absolutely. If we get to 200 followers today, we'll go ahead and have a contest to give away another Quest and Chaos mug. So keep pushing the stuff out there.
And if we don't, I'm taking my pants off.
Wait, nobody will stop that from happening.
They might. And don't forget to follow us on all the social media links and everything, and those can also be found at the ukodor.com website. So,
Yeah.
without further ado, let's get ready for the next chapter of the Realms of Ukodor.
Oh, yes.
Torque, Goliath Barbarian,
I left my home in search of murderous cowards, and I seek revenge.
I am Denahi, a tiefling sorcerer, set out to find the balance between destruction and restoration.
Jadobi, a half-elven druid, ventures the land, strengthening his bond with nature. And, of course, he's never opposed to a good time.
I'm Venus, a wood elf ranger, careful of the past, but hopeful for the future.
I am Burakubuu, monk of the Honored Palm, and I am piecing together my true origins.
I'm Chris Solo, the creator and dungeon master for the realms of Ukodor, where I lead a group of adventurers who have become bound by fate and will soon realize that the path they are on will test their will. Welcome to the realms of Ukodor. He doesn't wear armor.
Well, it's leather hide. So
All right, welcome back. So, where we left off, the party left the Emerald Keep. Jadobi had some things to think about and to contemplate, so he found a nice tree outside of the upper steps. The
And
rest of
raised
the party,
his leg on it.
the rest of the party, dragging a drunk Torque with them, went shopping for some gear and some other items. After the shopping concurred for a little while, the party met back up with Jadobi, and about that time they heard a very familiar sound, the orc horn blowing in the distance. But everyone in the town seemed not to be fazed by this. The town bells went off, and all of a sudden you see a luminescent green emerald glow coming from the Emerald Keep. All the remaining stones that were within the wall started to glow like a chain lightning spell of some sort, and the entire city was engulfed with a giant green dome that they later found out was a protective shield for the city. Asking around, trying to get some sort of answers, they finally met up with Dorius, who took them to the front gate to show them that they were safe and that the Emerald Dome shield was protecting everybody in the city. After that, they continued shopping for a little bit, getting some more key items for their travels. Met up with Dorius later in that evening at the Full Mast Tavern to get a little bit more details and feedback about what their plans are for this espionage catch and grab kind of situation they were trying to go for to find Svend at the warehouse. The party continuously snuck around the warehouses, finally finding where the warehouse that they thought that Svend might be at. They snuck around the back corner, subdued one of the guards, snuck in the back door. Jadobi, doing what Jadobi does, turned into cat form to get a better look on things. And ended up being found and hit and came out of his form in the middle of the room. The rest of the party burst in, guns blazing, to take out the remaining henchmen that were in the room. When they did that, they noticed that there was a cage in the corner of the room that was holding, they couldn't tell, about a half a dozen civilians in the cage. They fought off a lot of these henchmen, and Svend and one of his guards, which was a Goliath warrior of some sort, came in and immediately took action.
I got put down.
And the Torque went toe-to-toe with the other Goliath and was no match. Torque put him down rather quickly. Jadobi found himself toe-to-toe with a very seasoned gladiator who would not go down. And eventually, Jadobi went down himself. The party scrambled to his aid to get him up where he was near death, and finally took the Goliath or the gladiator down. Torque came by and almost took his head off. His head was flailing, and he fell to the ground. About the same time that happened, Svend stood up from being wounded and knocked out by Burakubuu, and that's where we'll pick up. So you all are just now kind of catching your breath after all the enemies have been fallen, and Svend has just now stood up. What would you guys like to do?
I will grab Svend by the throat to make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
I'm still kind of hobbling on the table.
So yeah,
still trying to get to my
we're still in combat.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go because he's still an enemy and he's still there. Okay. Since you had the final kill, boss. It's Jadobi's turn.
Heal.
I did. That was my last one that I did. He's up. I'm out of mojo. I'm tired. I'll say.
Crabs.
I'll yell to Torque and Boo. Don't let him escape. And then I say it. That's all I
And
do.
we
You
yell
don't move, you
back.
stay right there?
I stay right there. I'm not moving.
Yeah, we got it, Jadobi.
Does that end your turn?
That's it. I'm done.
Okay. It's now Sven's turn. He's sitting up. He's very wounded. I can't remember how he was hurt last time, but he was hurt. Arrow, you shot him, I think?
She shot him, got him
In his stomach.
gut.
And then you knocked him out.
And I knocked him out.
But you didn't punch him in the gut. Got it. So he gets up. He's clenching his wound, and he looks at the situation, and he looks at his fallen guard and his fallen henchman, understanding the situation, starts saying something in a foreign tongue. And then with a light purplish hue comes out of his hand, and it illuminates the entire room. A giant flash of purplish black energy. But that does end his turn. It's now Venus's turn.
Looking around, wondering what's going on. Jadobi, do you know anything about this?
Do I?
Not the roll a history check.
Okay. Was so 18 total.
You can't place the tongue that he was using or the manner of his hand gestures. You do recognize the energy that was coming from him. You know that you don't know much about it, but you do know that it is some sort of dark energy.
No, I'm not familiar with that. I just know that it's dark and it's bad.
What can I do to subdue him?
We are in combat, so like we need to
I guess I'll see if I can tie him up with the rope I have.
Okay.
Because
You have
we
to
can't
move.
kill him. So I'm. Well, I guess I can only move so far.
Go to the door.
Yeah, you're still standing on the table at the moment.
I know.
Jump to the door.
All the way.
There we go.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I'll go to the door.
I am feeling these drums right now.
You're gonna go to the door.
I'm gonna block the door.
What's your movement again?
It's third. Oh.
Yeah, you
35,
can
yeah.
make the door. Okay.
And I still have my bow and arrow out. I hope it is enough to intimidate
Still
him
got
a
my
little bit.
boner out.
Are you wanting to just intimidate him with the bow, or are you wanting to like hold an action to shoot him, or like what are you wanting to do?
I yelled at him back down and stomped my foot more seriously than my tone right now.
Back down, mister.
Show me. Yell at him.
Step
Intimidate.
down. You have no place here.
Roll an intimidation check.
Oh, 19.
He stops muttering whatever he was muttering and kind of gazes his attention towards you, but other than that, he's not necessarily intimidated, but you did kind of disrupt whatever he was saying.
Okay. I guess that ends my turn.
Okay. Boo.
Is this a language I recognize?
Roll a history check.
New dice rolling tray.
It's a super sweet dice.
Super sweet.
12?
Some of your reading, you have very similar to what you heard from Jadobi, but from a different perspective, because being in the monastery of the Honored Palm, you have a like an oath to protect innocent from evil. However, roll an insight check.
Oh, you're fucked.
Right off the bat.
That would be a 19 then.
19. However, something inside of your something deep inside of you, of who you are, Burakubuu, senses that what he is muttering isn't from this world, and it is of pure evil.
Infernal?
Not infernal. It's not necessarily a common or spoken language. It's like was a spell of some sort that he was muttering.
On my action, I will move to Svend. And can I get behind him?
Yes. Well,
well, he's against the
no, there's
the bench.
No. Well, I will rush him and grapple, covering his mouth.
Okay. So we're gonna do a strength check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
11.
You got an 8.
Oh.
So you grapple him. You're trying to muffle him down. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're just there grappling. That's your action.
Yeah.
You do anything else?
That will be it for now. I'm just gonna hold.
Okay.
Keep him grappled and
Okay.
covered.
Denahi.
I'm gonna just make my way down the stairs towards them.
Okay. What's your movement? How many squares?
It was 30.
Yeah, 30.
That's 6, right? Yeah.
You've made it to the foyer.
I'm getting there.
Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
All right.
You could
could
potentially
dash.
double move.
If you don't do an action, you could like.
But I'm like,
and I think running is 8, right?
it's also a safe distance to cast shit.
It will be just double movement.
Okay.
So she would get 6 more
You can
if she
stay there.
wanted to. Okay. The black and purple energy that you saw emerge from his hands, you see come back because it disappeared, and you see it come back in 3 black purplish globes of some sort and dart to 3 of the bodies that are on the ground.
Not the gladiator.
The gladiator stands up. The Goliath stands up, and where's the other one? And yeah, we'll call this guy stands up. They like come up, and their body is still leaking fluids. The gladiator's head is still dangling there, and blood is still squirting out. And you see him, and their eyes are the black and purple energy, and like almost like purple smoke is coming from their eyes. And it is the hammer guy's turn.
No.
2 is going to take a swing.
Son of a bitch.
At Torque.
That's a mistake, hammer guy.
14.
It is not hammer time.
14?
14.
14 hits.
All right.
Oh no.
Okay, maybe
You
it's
take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
You resistant to bludgeoning?
Are you
Were
raging?
You were still raging.
But that doesn't. Does that half the damage then?
Yes.
Yeah, it does half the damage.
Okay.
So what I say?
4, so it goes on to
2.
2.
Okay. So you're at 16. Okay. And that ends his turn. It's now Torque's turn.
I'm gonna have to work on that gladiator since he's a bigger issue, I think.
Okay.
So, swinging on him with 17.
17 misses.
17 misses. Another great whiff by me.
Does the resurrection change their count?
I had 2, which one?
His AC last time was 18 because he had the shield.
Our hero points have not regenerated
No.
in any way, so I'll use one of the last 2 that I have.
Yes. Well, you get 1 per session.
Sweet. So you start off with you have 3 now.
Yeah.
And I fail that one as well.
Okay. So yeah, make sure you guys keep track of that extra one. Well, I guess it's your. Never mind. All right. Does that end your turn?
That apparently ends my turn.
All right. The boss.
Oh.
the gladiator's turn. He is looking right at Jadobi again, but because you swung at him, he's going to turn his attention towards the Goliath. 17
Hits.
for 12 points of damage, halved to 6. And he's going to take his second attack at Jadobi.
Jeez, man.
He's a square away. He has reach.
He moved closer, didn't you?
Golly.
Jadobi takes 2 points of piercing damage.
My heart's starting to beat again. I don't like this. I don't like
get out of the way, bro.
So you're at 15?
Yes.
Okay, that ends his turn. It is now where is he at? The Goliath's turn. The Goliath
Man, oh man, oh man.
turns his attention towards Denahi. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna call you next to each other, but that's
Not feasible.
so he's coming up the steps and he's gonna take a swing at you. Natural 1. He misses dramatically.
Finally, somebody misses.
Jadobi.
All right, this is the very first time that I've seen anything like this, right? With this whole bringing bodies back from where they were.
Roll a history check.
Sorry, my dice are down. I'm nervous. 20 total.
You are very well read in the history of Motul, Bukri, Seros, and even some of Hylak from your father's and your mother's travels. There's not been anything that you've ever read about any sort of reanimating of a body, of something that was dead. Obviously dead, his head is dangling from his body and coming back to life. But you have, again, just reaffirming what you were told just a second ago, that the black purplish magic that he was pushing out was something that is very dark.
Okay. I'll say, what is this? What is this? And I'll, since I know that the magic came from him, I'll point to. I'll yell it to everyone. Aim for Svend! It's Svend who's doing this! And so I will, since I'm all out of my magic, I'm gonna have to shapeshift.
Okay.
So I shapeshift towards the first thing that comes to mind, and that's a panther. I'm going panther now. And that's my action, so.
Your action is to turn into the panther.
Yeah, that's my action. It's not a bonus action for me.
Okay.
I'll
all up in his face.
Yeah, because I'm over it. I'm over it, and I go, "Ow!" And I'll just roar at him. It does, but I can't actually do anything. But I'm gonna roar at him. And I'm gonna run past him straight to Svend.
Okay. He's gonna provoke an attack
I know.
of opportunity.
The gladiator?
12.
Hits.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
4 points of piercing damage.
Cool. That's fine. And I'll just be in Sven's face, just like snarling and growling and like roaring at him.
Okay.
And that's how I end my turn.
Remember, I'm holding him too.
So,
There you go.
Is that in your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Oh. I wrote one too many people in here. It's now Sven's turn. He's going to try to break out of your lock, so do a strength check.
Good luck, Sven.
Ooh. Make sure you add your strength modifier.
It's 5.
5? Yeah, he rolled a 17.
He had good luck, huh?
He breaks your lock. He's still standing right there, but that was his action, so that ends his turn. Venus.
I hear what Jadobi says, and I take aim.
You got a clear shot at him now, at least.
There won't be any asking him any questions.
Not if Venus says right.
Nice. 17.
17 hits. Roll for damage. 8. You see this. Jadobi says what he said, that it's all Svend. He turns to a cat form. He darts towards Svend. Burakubuu is holding him and trying to keep him from saying anything else. He gets pushed aside, and Svend breaks loose and looks like he's going to make a dart towards the door. You loose an arrow, hits him right in the shoulder blade. He gets thrown back against the table. He is now on the ground unconscious. And knocks a cat. Oh, look, he's back up.
I didn't get
And that ends your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Burakubuu.
His consciousness didn't affect his subjugates.
Are you asking, or are
Good
you
word.
Ask.
I like that.
Do I see any effect on them from his unconsciousness?
No,
Yeah, you would think going unconscious.
they're still doing what they're doing.
And the gladiator's head is loose.
It's dangling. It's dangling by like skin and muscle.
Sinew.
I look to
And
Sven,
chainmail.
and I see that Sven is down for the moment, but I feel myself quaking with some kind of anger. And I rush the gladiator from behind to tear his head off.
Okay, roll for attack.
Yeah, that's 23.
23. Hits. Roll for damage.
That's the right one. Oh, huh, I'm doing good. That's 10.
10. And with that, you charge the gladiator. You dart behind him, causing him a great amount of pain to something that is undead. You grab his head and rip it off of his body and toss it aside. His body is still standing up, but he looked like he took some pain
I'm
for
going to
an
use
undead thing.
my bonus action to do a secondary attack
Okay.
to his singular leg
Okay. Roll for attack.
with the intent of knocking him down. Ha ha ha, 24.
24. Roll for damage.
9.
9. And with that, you punch him. You punch him in the leg.
Yeah, like a kick, doing a
Trying
sweep.
to take his leg out.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the sweep.
Sweep the leg.
With the sweep that
Johnny.
you do, he loses his balance and he falls over, dropping his sword first and kind of wedging into the stone. And he actually falls on the sword, and the sword comes through his chest, and the zombie-esque gladiator is dead or not moving.
Whoop.
For a minute.
I don't know how else to do like a kill shot with sweeping leg, but we'll go with it. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay. Denahi.
Okay, as he comes up and swings for a miss, I lean over and dodge his attack, and go right for his face, and cast Shocking Grasp.
Eee,
Is that
get
a
on that.
Save?
Getting some Raiden action.
No.
Yeah.
Haha.
Exercise.
Instantaneous.
Exercise.
Is that?
Instantaneous. Does and it's 17.
Ooh.
Well, what do you? Is
That hits?
It
You
hits.
did you add anything to that?
Do I need to?
Oh yeah, you probably don't need to.
Nice.
Yeah, if you have if it calls for a spell attack bonus, you can add your spell attack bonus. But it hits, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We'll roll for damage.
1d8 lightning damage.
Lightning.
Not bad.
5
5 points. Okay.
plus 6.
You dodge his swing of his great
11.
sword, and you reel back and you do Shocking Grasp. Electrical energy shoots from your hand, and he takes how much damage?
11.
11. Noted. Where'd he go? Okay. All right. Does that end your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think. I think it's only 1d8. It would normally say you add your bonus to it.
Would it?
Yeah. Generally, I mean not all of them, but generally spells are like this is it.
That's all right. Oh, we'll keep going for story's sake.
Word.
Wait, no.
Whose turn?
It is now Hammer Guy's turn. Sorry. There's,
Well, hammer, don't hurt me.
turn down some stuff. All right. He's going to take a swing at Torque.
Of course he is.
For 14.
13 hits.
All right. Ooh, 12 points of damage, half to 6. And that ends his turn. It is now
Good bloodied.
Torque's turn.
I will spin and try to attack him.
Okay.
And I will probably miss. Let's see. 11.
11. 11 just misses.
That's unfortunate.
Is that in your turn?
Yeah, I don't want to give him opportunity, so
Okay.
yeah.
It is now. Boss is dead.
Unconscious.
No, the gladiator is dead.
Oh, okay.
It's now the Goliath's turn. He's going to take a swing at Denahi. 19.
Yeah.
Wait.
You take 12 points of piercing damage.
Lord have mercy.
Well, my friends are dying.
19, so you're at 17. Okay.
I haven't been hit yet.
And that
Just realized I could
ends
attack
his
again.
turn. Now it is Jadobi's turn.
I keep forgetting
all right.
I got friends.
Can I do a reaction?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll react with shield.
Could have rolled again.
Okay.
I forgot I have frenzy.
What does shield do?
Plus 5. Bonus to my AC. What was it?
I rolled a. I can't remember. 17?
19.
19.
Oh, no, I'm screwed.
Okay. But I'll figure that you know that, so you don't have to waste your reaction. on it,
Okay.
If that is a thing.
All right.
Right.
So Sven is down.
Sun's down.
Gladiator is down.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 2 up right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run to the one attacking Torque. And how many feet? Okay, so I am like 25 feet away? I'm gonna dash right up to him.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a claw attack. I'm going to pounce on him. Nice. So let me see if it hits. There we go. 14 to hit.
The guy
Hammer
behind.
guy.
Yeah, that hits.
Cool. He has to make a DC save of 12 strength or be knocked prone.
That
He
is
should be moving to over
11.
there.
Yes! He's down.
Good.
Alright, so for a claw, that is. Here's D6. No spike. D4.
Okay.
Plus 2. So I bite him for 3. And since he's prone, I can do a claw attack now
Okay.
for free. And that's
Did your first attack cause damage, or you're just trying to knock him prone?
It causes damage and it knocks him prone since he missed the.
What was the damage for the first?
The damage for the first one was 3.
Got it. Okay.
And so now. Yes! 6, 7, 8. I claw him. I bite him for 8.
8. All right, and with that, you scratch him and you bite him, looking like his form stops moving. But I need you to make a Constitution save.
Bubido. Oh, I can't even add none to this one. Natural 10.
You take.
Oh no! What's?
You take 8 points of poison damage.
I biffed back into myself. That was it. I crud. I mean, luckily that was just enough that I didn't take anything. Only my beasts.
Okay.
I'll be like, I'll say, the poison, the poison.
Maven.
Oh my! That's it.
The
poison
All right. And Sven's turn. Venus.
What are these things?
Is there a wall by Denahi?
No, you can
Well,
see
on the
that
other
guy.
side, yes.
You can
This
see.
is
You
a
can see the
building.
Goliath.
Yes, you can see the stairs.
Okay, so I shoot at the Goliath, but before that I take Hunter's Mark at him.
Okay. A roll for attack.
$25.
25. That hits. Roll for damage.
Does it, Chris?
9.
9.
Oh, yeah. With 9 plus the Hunter's Mark, which is...
1d6.
Thank you. 10.
10?
Total.
The choice is yours.
Hey.
Oh, thanks.
The arrow goes
We're
through
all
the
taking
side of
them
his
out.
eyeball and out the other side, and
Okay.
he falls backwards down the stairs.
Okay.
I look at her with relief.
You see that the rest of the enemies have fallen. You loose another arrow, hits the undead, zombie-esque Goliath in the stairs. It goes through its eye, like you said. Like kind of like makes this attempt that he wants to still try to swing at Denahi, but fails and does fall down the stairs to the bottom of the steps and is not moving. And he is now dead.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay.
I'm taking a sigh of relief.
All the enemies are
Same.
down. You are now no longer in combat, and Svend is unconscious.
I am still trying to wipe the poison taste out of my mouth.
I am looking
So we're no longer in
around.
initiative.
No.
No.
So free actions go
Free
over
actions.
and take a hold of Svend.
I have rope, and I would like to bind him
Okay.
while Torque takes a hold of him.
Throw him in the damn cage.
Let's empty the cage of what's in there.
I walk over to the cage and I ask the people inside, "Are you okay?" So should I walk myself over there?
No, you don't have to walk. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, we're not in combat,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's
Are
it's there so you guys know where everything is, but they're no longer.
Are
in
you
combat.
okay? And I take a closer look to see what kind of creatures I see inside.
Roll a investigation check.
Ooh.
16.
16. All right.
Unbelievable mystery
You
detectives.
you see a 30-year-old female human, looks like, possibly a half elf, can't tell. Her hair is kind of matted and down the side of her head. You see what looks to be some sort of halfling male, 20s or 30s. Looks like almost like a teenager or a very young half-orc, possibly boy, who's standing next to the halfling. A goblin male, a little bit older, maybe 30s or 40s. And then what looks to be an elf of some sort of descendant, and looks to be looking like 30s or 40s, but as you know, probably much older than that.
So I ask them, "Are they okay? Or are you all right? How long have you been in here?"
It's a lot of questions.
Am I not
Favorite
supposed to
color?
ask
They'll have
those
lots of
questions?
answers.
To each one.
No. 1 second.
Having tied up Svend, I rush over to where Venus is engaging with these prisoners, and I shout, "Goblin!"
So the female human walks up and says, "Thank you for helping us. The second that we got off the boat, these men rushed us and just kind of herded us in this direction, and I don't even know where my son is. Thank you." And then at this time, you hear a lot of like, what would you say, like. Almost like you're hearing like a bunch of footsteps, but they sound like ching, 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 like
Clinking.
armor's rushing in. And at this point, Dorius comes up behind. Oh, you're not there anymore. Dorius comes in the door and says, "Oh, my, what? You see, you found Svend. What in God's name happened here?" And he's looking at Burakubuu and Torque. You guys are the first people he sees.
Limp over to the table and take a seat while I'm like holding my gut. I don't say anything.
Dorius!
Svend was up to no good.
I make my way
One of
behind
these
you.
days, Boo, I will embrace you.
Well, we found the sewer guy and we knocked him out.
He's evil.
And describe to me how you tied him up again.
I would go for a behind the back and feet
Okay.
together.
Hog tie with something around his mouth.
Copy. Okay. So he is still knocked out and drooling there. He kind of looks him over. Why'd you gag him?
Incantations.
Yeah. He brought some of these guys back to keep fighting for him.
Brought them back?
They were dead.
They are.
And they rose again to attack us.
They were definitely dead.
I don't know how, but Jadobi said it was dark magic.
Roll, since you two are still standing next to one of the dead bodies, roll a perception check.
I think it's 15.
15.
Oh, I take that back. 17.
17.
Look at you.
16.
You do look down, and where you see his wounds that were red, like blood from before, the wounds on his neck, you see the purplish color kind of seeping inside of the blood. So it's like a purplish and red blood, opposed to just the red blood, the crimson dark, funky blood from inside. But so you do see that the dead bodies of the raised ones have a different essence about them.
Look.
He kneels down and... What the...
Be careful. They're poisonous. I learned that the hard way.
Huh. And he did this?
Yes.
Guards, take him away. So they go up and they pick him up. He kind of looks like he comes to, and one of them gives him a quick elbow.
Don't let him talk.
And he knocked down. Copy that. You catch that, soldier? All right. So they chain him up and shackle him up with some actual shackles. And they put this, almost like a shackle thing, but it's like around his neck that's chained to the other one, kind of keeping his head like this. And they're dragging him away because he's unconscious.
Dorius, if you could, there's a man out back who's wrapped up. That's my rope. Can you get that for me, please?
He snaps his fingers and he sends his men over there. A few minutes go by and they bring him through and they check the rest of the bodies and they're gonna probably question that guy and they'll bring him with them and hands you your rope back.
Jadobi?
And your rope back too for tying up.
I have my
Yes.
arm
You need a
around-
potion?
I think I'll be all right. Thank you.
I have my arm around
I
the
do.
female human, and I'm walking towards Dorius, and I say, "These people were put
Here.
in a cage. I have no idea how long they were here, but they look so. They look so. I don't know. Is that what I got? They need help.
He comes around because he's still in the front, so he doesn't see all the business that's going on in the back.
Or I'm walking towards.
Yeah, so he after he looks up and he tells his men to gather the survivors and of the bad guys and take them away. He sees that these people are coming up and they look really worse for wear. Thank you, Venus. We'll take it from here. And he looks very a mix of emotions. He's very very angry and frustrated, but you can see and look in his face that the sheer shock of horror that that this kind of stuff is happening
Dorius.
in his city.
Where the hell was that?
Dorius. One of the women said that she still doesn't know where her son is. Is it possible he's here somewhere?
I'll have my men check all the warehouses and the docks. We're gonna start patrolling this area much more in depth, and I'll get some of my trusted men to start to facilitate the
Survivors.
the accepting of new citizens coming to the city.
Are the people still in this room, this warehouse right now?
What people?
The people that we just rescued, the ones who were
Yes.
caged. I stand up and I'll walk over. What's all your names?
The half orc and the goblin, they don't answer. The halfling, his name is, if I can find it. His name.
Ryman.
The halfling responds, Limey.
Limey. Don't you laugh at that. Don't you laugh at that.
Don't be racist.
Quick question. The potions we bought earlier,
Yes.
Burakubuu just gave me one, so I don't know what that actually heals.
Burakubuu would have to
Did
tell
you
that.
did you have
No,
a,
it was a potion I had from a while back.
so it's probably a
So I'm
common.
not sure which one
Yeah,
it was.
whatever a common one is, it's a 2d4 plus something.
Okay.
Let me check.
Do I roll that?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a 2d4 plus 2.
And this halfling is a man.
Yes.
20s.
5.
The human woman, she looks up and Gracia is her name.
Gracia.
Formula.
And
Okay.
the half-elf woman.
Lorian.
I knew you were gonna say that. Hythe.
Hythe.
She's
Heath?
hyphy.
Hythe.
Hythe.
And they look very, very exhausted, starving, and just.
I immediately
Yeah.
take out my rations and I divide them up amongst them.
Okay. They receive them. They look at you. They thank you.
And
then,
the half orc and the goblin, was
Mhm.
it? They didn't tell me their name, right?
No, they're very well. One of them is like a child, and he's hanging out with the halfling and the goblin at the moment, but they don't say anything.
I walk over to the child. How old does this child look?
Teens.
Teens?
Yeah, like is it 11 or 12-year-old half orc?
Okay.
I bet he'd be excited to see an otter.
I try to kneel down. Doesn't work too well, but I take out of my bag a wooden horse from Simon, and I'll hold it up to him. Do you like this?
He looks at you. He looks at the thing, and just turns and walks away.
No.
I guess not. Are you?
Somebody's busy.
Are you all from here, or are you from?
They came on a ship.
Yeah, they came on a ship. Again, like so, the three smaller creatures have already gone with Dorius, and the human is starting to go with him as well. And the elven woman looks at you and says, "Yes, we came from Motul, but I just want to go rest."
All right. I'm sorry for all you've been through. Go rest up.
And Dorius embraces her and takes her with the rest of his people and says, I did not expect to walk into a room like this, let me tell you. This is...
Should have been here earlier.
We were waiting for some sort of sign or call, like we had spoken about at the tavern, and we never got that. So
Sorry, our hands were full.
Full of excuses. I have a lot to think about. I thank you all for what you have done for the city. I'm gonna go question this. I'm gonna go have some fun. You guys go back to the tavern, get some food. It's still on me. Relax, and we'll touch base tomorrow.
Before we go, I'd like to check this gladiator.
Yeah, you can do an investigation check.
Oh, loot the bodies.
Huh. Only a 2.
12.
12. He's wearing what seems to be like basic chainmail. His shield and longsword are made of really nice quality, but nothing seems special. And he has, what does he have? He has 45 silver and 10 gold on him.
Yoink.
Would it be rude to like loot all the bodies like while the guards are here?
Dorius has already walked out, and there's no guards in the room, but you can see through both doorways. Both doors are open, and there are guards like keeping watch. But everyone, for the most part, trusts and knows that you guys just clean shop. So
I'm gonna very irritably start looting bodies.
okay, roll an investigation check.
How much did you said 10 silver and 4 gold? Or what was it?
45 silver and 10 gold.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna look at the archer's body and try to retrieve arrows for Venus.
We got everyone.
Roll an investigation check.
Now that's teamwork.
Are you gonna take that fancy stuff off the
20.
gladiator?
20.
I don't
You
know its
find
value.
Yeah, taking everything I
they're
can get.
bolts because he has a crossbow.
Said it was well made.
You find 11 bolts and I think 2 arrows because I feel like you shot at him. There's 2 arrows up there for.
I rolled an
random
8 for investigation for looting the bodies.
Which all of them or just in general?
Thanks for saving my life again.
I kind of wanted to do all of them, but like, should I do one by one? Like,
No, if you.
Okay,
I just
for all of
I'm asking you just a general question.
For all of them.
Oh, okay. And what'd you roll?
An 8.
I don't see anything.
8? Is that the highest investigation roll?
Did anyone else investigate?
I did.
I just looked.
I guess originally only the Goliath, or not the
Gladiator.
Gladiator.
10. Amongst the digging around, they all have very basic armor. It doesn't seem much worth. The guys with the shields have very rusty, dented short swords, long swords, their shields, their
No
buckles.
coat of arms or anything like that.
Nothing fancy. But amongst all of them, you find another 170 silver and 55 copper among the rest of the bodies around.
I'm sorry, how many copper?
55.
55?
I don't remember.
We'll divide it later.
Doing math.
Alright, I just, without talking, I just walk out and I head towards the tavern that we're staying at.
Okay.
I walk back to the corner of the cage and I touch the ground a little bit and then I head back out with like a tear down my eye.
Okay.
And you know,
Heading to full mass.
Okay.
you know what? I'm not going to the tavern. I'm going to, like, out of this district, but to the biggest tree I can see.
Okay.
I need to recollect.
Trying to think.
Commune with nature.
Yeah, I mean, there's one near the tavern. It's not a giant tree, but it's a decent.
I'll do it. I'll try to sit.
And you'll be nearby.
And I'll try to sit under the tree where I don't want to be facing anybody. Like, I kind of don't want to be seen.
Okay.
I just want to sit there and meditate.
Okay. And the rest of you are going in the tavern?
I take a look around, think for a moment, and then decide to follow toward Convenus and Denahi.
Okay. So,
Ale and rest.
Ale and rest.
I go to the bar and get everybody around.
Except me.
Okay. So
I just drink yours.
You all walk into the tavern, and what is her name? Totally blanking.
Is it Claudia?
The sister?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Claudia.
There we go. Yeah, so Claudia is kind of wrapping up. It's kind of the end of the night. You go back to the corner booth right next to the fireplace. There's booth. There's only a few other patrons in there. It seems like everyone's wrapping up the night. There's a bard in the corner playing a very soft tune. Denahi shows up with some drinks, and Claudia comes back with
I've heard this song.
some
It's
food.
from his Blue Period.
I asked the bard to play Freebird.
Bard, roll for persuasion.
22.
He still tells you to fuck off.
It's gonna take a 30 to play Freebird.
The bard slowly says, "We don't have the rights to play that song." Yeah. So the night is winding down. It's probably 10 o'clock at night at this point. Yeah, you're just sitting there and kind of just decompressing from the events that just transpired.
I'm still under the tree.
Okay.
You were all very impressive in there.
Thanks.
They needed to be saved.
Good thinking,
Cheers.
hon. Good thinking for you
I
too.
don't even lift my cup.
Muting him.
Didn't seem to work.
Think it worked enough. Could have cast something worse.
As I'm sitting under the tree, meditating, I reflect on everything that just happened. And I go from my, regular meditation stance to a more hunched, just kind of grasping myself and just trying to calm down. I still see flashes of being beat near death by the gladiator. And just stay that way.
There's fresh wood on the fire.
Turn to Torque as I've been thinking to myself, I don't understand why, but I felt myself consumed with an urge to destroy him.
Seems reasonable he sent people after us.
But it's not normal for me.
I feel that all the time. I don't fight it though. No threat in killing something once in a while.
Maybe this is just the way things are.
I'm sitting down just
You're growing.
swallowing a cup. I'll have to excuse myself.
I take 1 blunt damage.
Are you going into bed?
I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
I do need a full rest, yes.
Okay. The rest of you
Agreed.
heading to bed?
I assume so, yes.
Okay. And while you're doing that, Jadobi, you're still outside?
Yes, I am. Keep it together. Keep it together.
It's really done.
I stand up.
Some light clouds roll in, and very, very light, faint drizzle starts to come down on through the trees and hits your face. It actually feels a little refreshing. The water drips and trickles down the sides of your face onto your wounds, kind of like the blood and everything that wasn't quite cleaned out is starting to just kind of run down your body.
Is the moon out?
It hasn't been totally covered yet from the cloud cover.
I'll just I'll look up at it.
And it's still it's not a full moon today, but it was a full moon yesterday. So the moon is still very bright and it's still very there.
I'll just take a deep look and I'll put my head against the tree for just a moment.
Okay.
And then I'll walk into the tavern.
Okay. All right. So you walk into the tavern.
Are they still sitting down drinking?
No, you walk into the tavern and everyone is looks like they've already gone up to the rooms. There's a couple patrons still sitting on their table. One looks like he's passed out sleeping. Others kind of like cleaning up their plates and helping Claudia out a little bit. She's wiping down the bar.
I slump at the bar.
Okay.
Claudia,
Yes, honey.
can I get 2 L's, please?
Sure. She quickly brings out 2 ales. Anything else I can get you? I'm kind of cleaning up and wrapping up for the night.
No, no, thank you.
Okay.
And I sit there, and I drink, and I drink until it's gone, and then I'll go up to bed.
Okay.
And I'll get in the fetal position.
Okay. And just to remind me, the 3 of you guys are in one room, and Denahi and Venus are in the other room.
Mhm.
Okay. So as sleep takes all 5 of you, the recent events and everything, you fall asleep very quickly. Jadobi, it does take you a little bit more time just to kind of calm down before you fall asleep. Excuse me. And you are a little anxious about tomorrow, a little nervous and apprehensive about what happened this past night, but you do fall fast asleep. About a quarter into the night, Denahi, you start to stir in the bed. You start to have visions, but they're more memories. You remember being a very, very young child, holding your brother who was probably barely a year old in your hands. You hear screaming in the background. You see fire and smoke all around you. You hear your mother or a female, you can't really deter what it is in the background yelling for you, like she's looking for you. And you're both sitting and squatting on the ground, very scared, and you're not sure what to do. You see a dark figure coming towards you, and you're immediately jerked awake and sitting there in the bed.
Probably can't sleep again.
All right, it might take you some time to go back to sleep, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's still relatively early in the morning, or early in the evening.
My heart beats really fast, and I find myself choking, but I try to go back to sleep.
Okay. Since you are awake, you do hear the raindrops on the glass window, and you do hear faint thunder in the background, like maybe a storm is coming in. You sit there for a little while, just sitting and listening to the wind and the rain and the clouds rush in, and then slowly after that you do fall asleep. Torque, can you roll a perception check for me?
12.
Okay. Jadobi, you finally find yourself sleeping, stirring through the night. You know, and you felt, and your time out in the wilderness, you do know that a storm is coming, and some of that makes you feel comfort because you enjoy being in nature, enjoy being in the elements, but you're kind of off track right now because of obvious reasons. You're having dreams and visions and like bursts of the events that were happening, bursts of you taking the blade and watching your life flash before your eyes. You haven't woken, but you're in this space of anxiety and duress. Jeremy, can you roll a Constitution save for me?
Ye old REM sleep.
Why didn't you do that?
18?
No,
18?
no,
Okay.
no.
Jadobi, roll a perception check for me.
11 total.
11 total. Jeremy, you sense something is not right. You immediately, your reaction, you open your eyes, but it's a second too late, and you see a figure standing in front of you, and it looks like they're taking something to hit you in the head, and you immediately are knocked out. It does make some noise. Roll another perception check, please. Both of you, you Torque as well.
18 wasn't good enough.
8.
8? 10. Neither one of you hear anything. Jeremy, you are... I'm sorry. I'm doing this to you, man. Burakubuu, you are taken away out of the room. Some time passes. You don't know how long you've been out. You do start to come to, but you can't see anything. You do hear wind. You hear rain. You feel the water touching your face, and you hear the thunder coming in, and you're not sure where you're being taken. But you feel on the ground. You feel. Do you have shoes on? I can't remember. Or are you barefoot?
I had shoes.
Okay,
Rats.
but you still feel like stones and what you feel like kind of on your legs, like grass or like blades of some sort of bushes. Like you're outside somewhere in the elements, and at some point you're thrown down on the ground and you feel like the impact of the ground hits you, and you kind of still disoriented. You can't see anything, and you're just sitting there, a little confused. And you hear a very familiar voice. Who are you?
Seems familiar. Can I place this voice?
What's your... Yeah, that hits. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage. You feel a really quick whack in the back of your head. Feels like it might be the back of a weapon or maybe a stick or something hits you really hard. But hits you really hard, but it feels like they didn't follow through with the hit. It was more like an attention getter.
Quick question. We technically haven't like rested yet, have we? Like we don't have all our hit points back? Alright.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
You guys are resting. You guys are dreaming. You're doing
But
fine.
he doesn't.
Okay.
I never took any damage till now.
Okay.
Am I bound?
Your hands are not bound. Your feet are not bound, so you cannot see.
Am I wrapped in some way that blinds me?
Roll a perception check. What was that? Random person screaming
Oh,
in the background.
natural 20.
Ooh.
1 second.
Ayy.
Let me stop the people getting murdered in the background. It's not that kind of party.
I mean, it could be.
You do feel, and as you put your hands up, you feel like you're blindfolded. But the second that you do that, you take another 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Answer the question.
I am Burakubuu of the Honored Palm.
Who is your master?
Wick.
And who is she? He. Sorry. Wick was a he.
Who are they?
My master.
3 points of bludgeoning damage. Another whack right in your gut. You feel whatever you ate and drank that night right before you went to bed kind of bubbling
Water and
up a little
tuna.
bit. What?
Water and tuna.
Delicious. What are you doing here?
I came for answers, under his own advice.
What are the answers that you seek, Burakubuu of the Honored Palm?
Who I truly am and where I came from.
So I ask you again, who are you?
I don't know.
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh,
You get hit really hard across the jaw. What are you at right now?
10.
Can you fight back?
I know what your name is. I know the monastery where you came from. I know who your master is and your battle sister. But who are you?
That is all I know.
And stand up and defend yourself, Burakubuu of the Honored Palm.
Oh, that was perfect. Perfect sound. Sorry.
Oh, roll for initiative, actually. Is that a natural 20?
19.
19? Alright. You go first.
It's a natural 15.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Did I have enough for us to get any key back?
You need to meditate for 30 minutes. Let's say for story's sake that you normally do that before bed, because I feel like you told me that before. So let's say, yeah, you did 30 minutes of meditating before bed. So
And I
whatever that gives
strike.
you. Okay, roll with disadvantage, because you're still blind.
Ha.
Roll again, take the lower.
Yep.
He didn't say how that time.
8. You punching or kicking?
Swinging first.
Swinging. You swing for the air, and almost like when you play Wii baseball with a little stick and you swing really hard, try to hit a baseball bat, throw your shoulder out. You swing really hard and you hit nothing. You hear a like a movement. Nothing happens.
I want to listen to my surroundings to place my enemy
Roll.
and overcome my disadvantage.
Roll a perception check with advantage.
17.
17. Are you using your bonus action to attack? I'll say that you, eyes are closed, you slow your breathing down, you're listening to the wind and the insects in the area, you hear the rainfall and the thunder, and you place something to your right side. Roll for attack with no disadvantage.
Aha. 21.
21. So your first swing, swinged wide, hit nothing, heard a to your right side. You sat there, held your breath, listened to your surroundings, turn around with a backhand to your left side, crack, roll for damage.
9.
9. Ooh, good damage. All right. Get him. Whack! You feel contact. It's not as high as you would have thought. It's a little bit more stomach, chest height when you hit as you swung. You were aiming for a gut, but you felt something a little bit more hard, like it was a jaw or a skull.
VC?
Don't hear anything.
Having placed my opponent, I summon up my key to unleash a flurry and take a third attack.
Okay, roll normal attack.
21.
All right, roll for damage.
Or actually, 24.
Roll for damage.
9.
9.
And you need to save against a knock prone.
Natural 20.
That saves, all right.
You, what's your flurry? Just a flurry of blows? Is it 3 hits? Is it?
No, it's just another attack.
Just, okay.
Yeah.
Punch or kick?
It was another punch.
Okay. So you swing around with your left hand, crack her in the jaw. You hear like a female voice, excruciating pain. And as you're facing that direction now, you swing again down, better placing your hit.
Uppercut from the top.
Your down cut hurts her pretty bad. Well done.
VC, cease this.
Oh, not till I get what I want. 6 points of bludgeoning damage. She, now a little frustrated that you just down uppercutted her. She punches you right in the stomach. You feel almost like that you have no control over part of your body. Like you feel an energy go through your body when she strikes you with like probably an open palm or maybe like the bottom part of her hand. Ooh. And you literally almost like tense up. Can you roll a dex save?
She just pimp slapped you.
17.
Okay. That's it. You just take that damage, and then it's now your turn.
This is so good. Where's my popcorn?
I will attack.
Hit him.
Oh, 20.
Crit.
Natural 20. Roll for damage.
What happens when you crit?
It's double.
It's double the dice. Double the damage dice.
So that would be 9 plus 10. 19.
9 plus 10.
Yeah.
What's the plus 10?
Oh, the second was 4.
You don't add the bonus. To
Oh yeah.
it. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
Only the dice.
So
is
then
double.
13.
13. And with that, she hits you with some sort of stunning strike or something of that nature. A little different than something that you're aware of. Hits you in the stomach. You feel like you're resisting some sort of hold or some strike, and you again know where she's at. You didn't hear her move. Swing down with your left hand, crack her across the jaw, and she falls to the ground. Enough! She's not unconscious, but she says, Burakubuu, look at me. What do you do?
I look at her.
So you're taking the blindfold off?
Yes.
Okay. You take the blindfold off and look down at Fichi. She's kind of dusting herself off. Kicked her ass pretty quickly. looks at you and just stares at you for like a good 35 seconds, just staring at you. Why are you here? Now, why are you here?
I've told you why.
That's very vague, Burakubuu. The timing I just don't find very coincidental.
I think there may be something that you know that I don't, but I promise you, on my honor, I had no other intention than to seek answers. I followed these people here because they are my friends. I did not know you would be here. I didn't even know you until now.
Well, I guess a persuasion check.
Crystal blue persuasion.
20.
Okay. And she did an insight check for 19, so she believes you. I believe you. I don't trust you yet, but I believe you. There's a lot going on in Cerros, and we don't even have all the answers yet. But there's an evil stirring in the land that has not been here. We've already lost many of our brothers and sisters, and we don't know why.
Sister, if there is evil, I will fight it.
I hope you do. Go knowing that the honored palm here in Edak is always open for you. And maybe after some time, we can have a further conversation about the answers that you seek. And she stands up and dusts herself off, and at this point you realize there's 4 other large monk-like people standing next to you with staves that were all whacking you when you were blindfolded. And they all pick up a few of the items that they had laying on the ground, and they walk with her, walk back to the city. And you're kind of out in the middle of the forest right outside the gate.
And bleeding.
And bleeding.
I'm down to 4.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
It's a hell of a dream.
And as she's walking back towards the city, let's go, Burakubuu.
Oh, okay.
So
I run after them.
Wait for me. So you walk back with them, and the guards kind of like nod their their helmets, tip their hat, Jesus, to her as she walks in with her people, and they kind of like one guy kind of like elbows the other guy and snickers because they see that you look like you got your ass kicked, and they obviously saw you being dragged out there initially, but let you guys walk through with no question, no nothing, and as you guys walk through the gates, she leads you back towards the tavern that they got you from, and just looks at you again and says, I hope that your intentions are true. If they are not, I know where to find you.
I know no other way to be, VC.
She just nods to you and then walks away. Guys, there's so many names.
Cheers. Oh god, that's so funny.
It's more like a chi, like a Fiji, but whatever. Fiji. There you
Fiji. Yeah.
go. God help me. Easier. You head back up to your room.
Yeah, I'm gonna return to bed.
Okay. And you, as you walk in, both of you guys roll a perception check just for giggles.
Oh, now I guess I'm good.
15.
15?
18.
18. As Burakubuu walks into the room, it's probably near midnight now, the moon. The storm has subsided and gone away, and the light of the moon is beaming through the window. He walks into the room, and you hear the door close, and you both kind of...
And I make a little flame in my hand, because I'm on edge.
A midnight stroll.
Yeah, just needed to relieve myself.
You look a little beat up.
I roll over and pull the cover over.
I slipped.
Slipped?
On my urine.
Oh, boo.
Oh my god. All right. So you roll into bed. The night takes you again. You all go to sleep.
Excuse me.
The evening continues. Early morning.
Dobie's allergies woke us up.
Kept me up all night. I'm so tired.
The city starts to become live again. The sunlight beams through the window. You hear the bustling of the city starting to rise up. You guys can go ahead and recover any hit die. Half of any hit die that you guys use. Your spell slots and get your HP back and all that jazz.
This room is too small.
Okay. So it is now the 18th. The morning is yours. What would you like to do?
Do you want to break now or?
I'm waking up.
That's
and
all I get
stretching.
back? Got my butt kicked in the middle of the night. I can only get 1d8 plus 3 back.
Yeah.
For your health? No, you get your full health.
You get to do a full rest.
Your full rest. That's for.
I thought they all got a full rest.
No,
right?
you still get a full rest.
Oh, okay.
As long as your full rest is only interrupted for an hour or 2 hours, which is normally like a watch. So you just got your ass kicked for like an hour. And you went back to bed.
Just like any other night.
I kind of wake up a little shaken up about my dream, so I'm not as energetic as usual.
Okay.
Neither am I.
I have a little smirk on my face, or a smile, but it's nothing.
Good sleep for you, Venus?
Just, I'm excited about today. Just yesterday was really hard.
Oh, do we get your dog today?
We do. We do.
We get a
And
dog.
I have like a little flutter in my heart, but I'm not necessarily overjoyed.
Okay.
Do you know when?
At this point, real quick, Claudia comes back to your table, bringing you guys some water and some refreshments, and a plate full of eggs and bacon and meat and a bunch of food, and just gives it to you. You guys look like you could use this.
I just start to eat my feelings.
Okay.
I don't take any.
Venus, does your dog like petty?
We'll have to see. She's
More.
for strangers. I wouldn't go up to her right away.
Okay.
And I just take a bite of something and.
We need to talk about yesterday.
Well, what do you mean?
All I did was go to the bathroom.
No. Boo. About those things we saw.
Okay, so just to interject real quick, so you guys are sitting here eating and recovering from the night before, and that's where we're going to take our break. So, those of you who are in the chat, go ahead and if you want to enter in the contest to win one of those nice dice boxes, go ahead and put Pound Wolf in the chat room to enter the contest. It is only for U.S. and Canada and no Quebec due to certain gift rules. So, we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. Enjoy your break.
Hello, wonderful people on the internet. My name is Alan, and I am the Dungeon Master for Legends of Solari, in which I take a group of adventurers and lead them on a journey full of action, drama, and political intrigue. We play Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition every Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. on the Quest and Chaos Twitch page, so join us live if you can. But if you can't, don't worry, we'll upload all the episodes onto the Quest and Chaos YouTube channel, so definitely subscribe. Sit back, relax, grab a snack, and don't forget to enjoy the impending chaos.
Geek and Gaming Dice Box is what is Sarek Allen. Sorry,
Hey!
forgot his screen name. So we'll make sure to get this out to you as soon as we can.
Way to go,
All
sir.
right. And we're gonna jump back
you.
into it. We kind of jumped in the middle of things. You guys had to come back from waking up in the morning, jumping downstairs, and getting some food. And Jadobi was starting to speak to the group.
Yes. We need to talk about what we saw yesterday. What happened to those men? I've never seen that before. Never.
Can I relate it to something in my book?
Roll a history check.
The right one?
Yes, that's the right one.
Oh, 22.
22. In the tales of Thais Hellgrave and the Shadows of Cerros, the autobiography of his events and adventures and exports. He probably did some sort of exporting. His adventures in the lands of Cerros. He did speak of something similar about some black magic that he encountered several times, but 100 years ago or so. But it was nothing to this extent of actually like reanimating a body after it dies.
That was I know of many magics. I've studied and seen a lot in my day, but never before have I seen or felt such darkness when that guy sent those orbs of darkness. That what was that? And it was poison. I don't know.
Dark magic.
The darkest.
The darkest.
The darkest. I'm worried, and I want to know more.
I don't know if I do.
Where would we find that out?
Dorius, he has him in custody.
He's questioning him, so maybe we take a trip to wherever their prison. I don't know where they hold people here. I don't know.
Well, we need to speak to Dorius about helping the little girl to where she needs to go, right?
And I do need to speak to my sister about that. I just need to speak with her.
As they're talking about this, I'm just zoning out, listening to the crackling fire, thinking about how I'm gonna get to us soon.
Okay. Venus, are you listening?
Oh, yeah.
What did I just say?
Something.
Thanks, Venus. And also wanted to bring up how twice now, you all left me to get beat stupid by two people in the sewer and just now at the docks. Look at me.
I came to aid you both times, Joey.
I came to aid you too. Are you saying that my help's not enough?
I'm saying that I was alone for a long time before anyone decided to look over and help me.
You were a rat.
I was a rat when I was in there, but then I got shot.
You can't just blindly go in.
What would you like us to do?
You knew what I was doing. You all knew what I was doing.
But it's failed time and time again. Why would
Maybe
you do
that's
it
not the
again
best course of action for you anymore.
Maybe you're right. And I stand up and I leave.
I'm confused, Torg. I thought that I went to help him both times. I fought off his attackers.
I thought so too. He said he was going in to scout it out.
I healed him with my potion.
I hailed him too. I think it's his first encounter with death.
Maybe he's just a little sensitive. It's okay.
It's okay, Jadobi.
Oh,
He's already
gone.
It's okay, cherub.
And then I gently caress his chair and comfort it.
At this point,
Burped on this.
Favorite.
Rosie walks up, the gnome barmaid, and just looks a little weird that you're petting and stroking a bar stool. Is there anything else I can get you?
Another, and one more ale.
Okay. One more ale?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll pass. Thank you.
So she leaves. A few minutes go by. She grabs a couple more ales, brings you guys the ales.
I take it and I go outside after him.
Okay.
I stay here with Torg for now.
Oh, I head outside, walking around,
Okay.
thinking, pacing back and forth.
Okay. Where are you heading?
I'm headed to the Emerald Keep.
Okay. As you walk out of the tavern and go kind of, it's not like a square, but it's like, intersection of the main road. You do see in the general direction where Dorius had mentioned, where Svend lives. Where Svend had lived, there's probably a dozen guards, kind of like standing guard around his house if you were going in and out. And you pass that and start heading towards the upper steps. You keep going, you go through the gate and literally go all the way to the keep.
I will.
Okay.
Is anyone catching up with me?
Did they leave us?
Okay.
We should probably go.
Clack, clack, clack. I head down towards the docks to try and see if I can find Ava.
Okay. It's still really early in the morning, but okay.
Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that Denai?
That's me.
Are you guys following Jadobi or are you following Venus to the docks?
We're gonna follow Jadobi and
Okay.
Denahi.
Okay. So the four of you, the three of you follow Jadobi as he's going through the gate. You keep kind of coming close and look like you're trying to like start a conversation, whatever, and he keeps going, a little steamed, obviously. You make it down to the docks. There's an old guy down there. His name is Rufus. What can I do for you?
I'm expecting the animals to come in today. Are they coming in anytime soon?
Really irritated that you just bothered him doing whatever he was doing. He looks through a bunch of papers and stuff. That ship isn't coming in till later. Come back later.
All right. And I head back up.
Okay. Where you go?
I head in the direction they were heading. So back up towards the tavern.
Here comes Venus.
So the four of you are heading towards the Emerald Keep.
She is a windstrider.
Leisurely.
And Venus is, trailing behind. You eventually make it to the keep. The doors open. The guards know who you are. Walking up the steps.
I just walk straight in without talking to anyone.
Yeah.
So I'm in now. Okay.
You're in like it's a giant common area. I mean, there are like the thrones that are at the end of the thing. It's 100 feet down. There's nice reddish gold carpet that kind of leads down the path, and there's chairs and people are just conversating and just
Do I see Dorius or my sister or the Duke in here?
You see the Duke. He's talking to a couple looks to be other nobles or lords, having some sort of conversation. He's nodding, and they kind of walk off, and he's just turning around, and starting to walk towards behind where the thrones are, like in that direction.
Okay.
Definitely not.
I see him run into the building and I just kind of slow down.
Okay.
And just drink his ale. I was gonna give him.
Oh, you got an ale from? Oh, thanks.
I continue to follow at a normal pace.
I am
medium pace.
I'm gonna go speak to the Duke.
Sorry, I just had an Adam Sandler flashback. Jadobi, how goes it, sir?
And me.
Not too. Are you there yet?
Yes. I'm a monk.
And you,
Blue blur.
the bluebird blur.
I guess I'm there too.
Have you seen Dorius this morning?
He's been at it all night with, and thank you, by the way, for sniffing out that rat, the wolf among the sheep, if you would say.
I give like a very elegant elven bow. I will make my way over there, but first, is my sister around?
Yeah. Let me go Let me go fetch her for you. He bows and turns and walks. Some time pass, and your sister and Ina walk up. Jadobi, I'm so glad that you're okay after the last night's events.
Thank you. I wanted to ask you, yesterday, I suppose the city got attacked by orcs, and there was a green dome that encompassed the city. I came in search of you, but someone said that you were busy, or I just feel more comfortable talking to you about this kind of thing.
Sure. Come with me. And then she waves to you to go sit back in that same area you guys were sitting at when you first met her the last
I will
time.
stay and play with the children and give him his time with his sister.
With his niece you want to play with? Oh, she's at his sister's hip.
Oh.
Yeah. But there are other children there if you want to play with other kids. While the parents are watching the blue man. Do any of you
Have they caught up yet?
following him to the other room, or are you guys kind of staying in the main area?
I'm respectful of his time with his sister.
Okay.
I catch up finally to that roll keep, and I'm just looking. I'm just looking around, and I'm in the same room as Boo.
Venus.
All right. So
where's your dog?
Not till later.
So she sits down with you. Would you like anything to drink?
No, thank you.
Okay. And you see Ina just like staring at you.
And Ina, last time I saw her, I know her and her brother almost like twins, and I know that they were in their teens. But now that I get like a closer look, what age do I guess her to
She
be?
looks about 15 or 16 in human years, whatever that equivalates in Elvish, half Elvish years.
Right.
But still very teenager attitude. Her brother is a little older than her, actually. She's still very young, very curious, but very strong. She definitely, from the little time that you've had with Ravis, the Duke, definitely seems like she takes after her dad, or maybe he wanted a second son. I don't know. But she definitely has that strong like Arya from Game of Thrones, right?
Okay.
Where she just wants to prove herself. That's just the impression you've gotten in the 2 times that you've seen her.
Interesting.
So yeah, they're just sitting there, chatting away.
Dark hair. I'm guessing from my father.
What color hair does she have? I don't remember. Yes, she has dark hair.
And eyes.
Yes, dark hair, dark eyes, very, very strong demeanor.
Okay. I just look over to her and say, as beautiful as your mother, but I can definitely see your father has a strong impression on you.
Thank you. Jadobi? It kind of seems like she's trying to say uncle, but not quite sure.
Right.
What? Why don't you look like my mother? And as it comes out, Renee, like, darling, like almost embarrassed that she asked such a direct question.
Well, you see, her and I, we share a mother. However, my father, as you can probably guess, is human, as yours. My father's a bit darker in skin complexion, so that's probably the difference you see mainly between me and your mother. She's very fair. I'm more tan, more caramel, if you'd like to say. But yeah, that's that. So you and I, it's funny, we have a lot in common. It's not often you see 2 half-elves in the same family. And it's great to meet you.
It's great to meet you too.
And I kind of give her like a half hug.
She full on hugs you.
Inside of it.
And I look to my sister very sternly. Eloisa, can you explain what I saw yesterday?
Sure. Ina, go do your chores. And she turns and bows a little bit and runs off.
What's the sound of the door?
Yesterday, I do a lot for the people of Edak and for my husband, Ravis. I have some special gifts that our mother and you and the rest of our family don't really know about.
Mm-hmm.
The ding dong. The shield, the emerald green color shield that protects the city, that's me. I power that shield.
I'm sorry? What?
I've dabbled in some of the arcane energies, and I can harness the energy of the emeralds, and it helps protect the city. I can only do it for a short time, but yeah, I am what keeps the city safe during those times of need.
Only you?
Ina does help during longer times, yes, but mostly me.
Sister, I don't want to question your gifts, but that sounds extremely dangerous for one person, and one who is very young.
She's learning, but she is very strong. I actually think she might be stronger than me at some day. But I'm very tired after an event like that.
Of course you are.
But I can assure you that I'm perfectly safe.
Do I trust her? Do I believe her?
Roll insight check.
Javina's line. Do I believe you?
Insight. And since she's my sister, do I get advantage?
No.
Okay, just just thought.
You haven't seen her in like 10 years.
Oh my God. 7.
Welcome to my world.
The best you can tell is, she's telling the truth.
Okay. When I look at her right now, does she seem tired?
No, she seems very lively and on the up and up.
How long have you been doing this?
Well, the city's only really been in danger the past 6 or 7 months. When we built the walls of the city 7 or 8 years ago, we built it with the intention that I could help protect it. But yeah, we've not really had to use it in all these years until recently.
So, do I think that? What would I? So, are you? I suppose some sort of priestess-like mother.
You could say that.
Okay. Well, a lot has changed since the last I saw you as well, as you can see. And I kind of show her my white tattoos on my body. I have learned the ways of the druidic, so yes.
Mother's blood runs through you as well.
No kidding, yes. But, alright, well, as long as you're okay and... Okay.
Thank you for your concern.
Of course.
It is really good to have you here.
I know it was a bit of a shock last time I saw you, but it feels really good to see you too. I'm gonna just give her a hug.
Sure.
Also, have you heard of what happened at the docks yesterday about how they got brought back and the poison and all that?
I did get a little debrief from Dorius when he came in and told us what happened. I've never heard of anything like that.
Me either.
One of the reasons why I do need to leave you to it, I need to go continue my research to find out what is really going on here.
Okay.
But make sure you see Rebus on your way out. He has a surprise for you.
Oh, yes. My brother-in-law, the Duke. Yes.
He's a very kind and gentle man.
I've heard. All right.
He may give you a run for your money for kindness.
Okay. And I leave,
Okay.
and I'll go straight to the Duke if I see him.
Yeah, he's sitting out there, kind of just observing Boo playing with the kids. You guys doing anything else while you're sitting out there waiting for them?
I'm just watching Boo.
Mm-hmm. And I am rolling on my back and barking.
Of course.
So you walk out and see this. The three of them are kind of, and amongst probably like half a dozen other adults are just watching Boo play with the kids. Not necessarily like set back from that, but it's a fascinating thing to see someone just entertain children.
I just kind of ignore him. Duke Urtis. Is he staring at me like that? Okay.
The Duke Ursus.
Sorry.
Acknowledges you as you walk up. Jadobi, you find your sister.
I did, yes. I wanted to talk to you more about the risen things from yesterday, and if you know any more about that. I've never seen that before, and it makes me extremely uncomfortable, and if more people can do that, I don't know.
You're not alone in that feeling. Everyone in the council is very uneasy about what has happened. Dorius is working with some of our other mages of the city to try to decipher what is really going on. They can't discern much out of him because you remove the gag and he immediately tries to cast something.
Yes.
So it's a very precarious situation that we're in.
Yes.
But I assure you that once we do find out what's going on, we will, I'll send Dorius right to you. Which leads me to the next bit of business. You've done a great deed, several great deeds to help this city. And upon request of your sister Renee, I have a gift for all of you.
So we're all listening now.
Yes, you're all listening.
That's not needed.
Oh.
It's
I'll take it.
Of course you will. Because the Duke is giving you a gift. And of course you'll take it.
The second he says that, I just it's this freaking guy.
Whack! Pats you on the back.
2 blunt damage.
Lighten up, brother. I have a feeling that we're going to have plenty of time to get to know one another. And he leads you out, goes down the steps. Do you guys follow?
Yes.
Okay. So he takes you to N7 on the map. And we walk up to this, it's a manor. It's a relatively large house. It has a very, very large tree in the front yard right next to the front door. Mm-hmm. Around the tree there's some very pretty flowers, and all the vegetation is lively and not necessarily overgrown. It's kept very nice. Mm-hmm. It's surrounded by a metal picket fence. Not a picket fence, but like a metal fence, gated fence, because we are in the upper steps.
Wrought iron.
And he leads you into the house. He opens the door, and there's someone who seems like a butler, very nice bluish coat. He's an elf, long dark hair, kind of a little, very very tiny goatee beard, dirt thing. Rydell, these are your new masters. Please welcome them to their new home.
I'm sorry. No, what? No, what?
I paw at his coat.
You what?
I paw at Rydell's coat.
You paw at it?
I want to know what it feels like.
It feels like a very nice cotton, lavender. Just it smells really nice and it's very
I keep
soft.
caressing it and I take a very close sniff.
Thank you, my lord. So gracious to be of service to some upstanding citizens.
Does he know any tricks?
No.
You do not have to serve me.
No, master is a very loose term. I manage the household and all the workers within the household. I am paid very graciously from the Duke. we are here to take care of all the lords and ladies of this manor. Not saying that you are lords or ladies, but because you are family of the Duchess herself, this home is open to you, and any comforts within it are yours to use.
Do I get my own room?
Absolutely.
I have never had my own room.
No, stop.
What's wrong?
We can't. I look at the Duke. Thank you. I appreciate the gesture. This is much.
I understand, Jadobi. Your sister has already told me that you would probably reject such a gift. Fact of the matter is I would like to reward all of you for everything that you have done for this city already, and will continue to do so. And the inn is getting very crowded, and there's no reason for all of you to jam into a few rooms. The building was available, and she said that you liked trees.
Well, then bring more ale, tiny man.
Talk. We can't.
Follow me, Master Talk. And he leads you to kind of like a lounge area, giant fireplace, and there are barrels of what seems to be ale with taps on them right next to the fireplace.
Doesn't seem so bad in here, Jadobi.
No.
Jadobi, follow me.
We want. I follow him. I'm just saying. We want. We want gonna stay. It was.
He leads you to the back part of the manor, and he opens it up, and it is one of the most beautiful sights that you've seen within like city walls. It's a giant courtyard full of a lot of trees that you remember from Donadel, like the bright.
What? My word! Stars!
Bright white bark trees with vibrant reds and pink leaves.
I'm gonna need a moment.
Talk amongst yourselves. In the center, there is a giant tree. It is what was that wood called? It's an ebony color wood. It's very, very dark, not black, but almost black wood tree that has almost like it's got like 6 roots that come up and that intertwines within itself and comes up, and it keeps twisting, and each one of those trunks go up. It's almost like it's 6 to 10 different trees that all intertwine and up, and it's got a beautiful open umbrella of leaves and wildlife within this area, and below it there's like a little almost like a wooden bench, and there's some other things for like, it looks like maybe it's like a great spot to meditate and stuff like that. As you were saying something, Jadobi?
Did you import these? Are these wow. Wait.
Recognize the vegetation?
Yeah. This is amazing.
You're welcome.
Is that one of those bushes?
In the back behind the trees, you do see something that looks maybe like a gazebo, an outside area. On the other side, you do see some other familiar trees with what looks to be a very nice elvish woven hammock that's kind of in the back corner. It's a very nice, beautiful courtyard.
I just keep catching everything.
I'll let you soak this in. And he turns around and walks back. Anyone else have any questions before I go back to my business?
I'm wondering what happens to be the biggest room here.
Top floor, all the way in the end.
That's all you're gonna tell me about it?
That's it. So you go to the top floor. There's 3 floors. There's only one room on the top floor. It's considered probably the master bedroom. It's a very large double opening door. Double opening, that's not like a double door that opens. French door, but it's such a faux pas because there's not really French doors. 2 doors that open up, but they open up and they're very tall. They're probably 15 feet tall with an archway, and it's a huge, gorgeous room, cathedral ceilings, lots of light, gigantic bed.
Life-sized bed.
That Venus just claimed.
That's mine. And that's for Ava.
The rest of you, search the rooms. There's a really big dining room. There's kind of a casual, more like a tea room where you go and kind of just hang out, like a living room. Big kitchen. There's other rooms within the house, and then there's probably a dozen other rooms, and they're all relatively big, not quite as big as that one, but they're all very big with very big beds. And that is your home on N7.
Wow.
You can call it whatever you like.
Wow. Wow.
If there's nothing else that I can do for you, I'm gonna go back to my duties.
Is there anywhere we could find you if we need you?
You just have to call my name, and I will come to your aid.
You sound hesitant. Is there anything that we can do for you?
I appreciate that. No, I'm very good right now. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you for everything.
As he goes, I grab him from behind and embrace him.
Oh.
What in? Oh. All right now.
I just laugh and walk by and look through the rooms.
It's going to be like that, is it? Fantastic.
In the courtyard, I just kind of like sit on the bench and I just, how did this happen? This wasn't supposed to happen. How did I get here? No.
How did I get here? This is not my beautiful house.
Some times pass. You guys go and settle into each of your rooms. Upon further inspection, there's a lot of things in here. There is a basement that's full of all sorts of storage spaces, and it looks like there's actually almost like a holding cell that's in there. A lot of other things within the place, and the further time that you explore, you'll find all other nooks and crannies. There's quite a bit of things to do in there. The afternoon is getting later. It's probably 3 o'clock now. What would you guys like to do?
I'm doing it.
Is it time yet?
I'm not too sure, but I want to head to Jadobi and ask, are you all right? You still seem stirred by this home. I'm so grateful for your sister and brother-in-law. It's so generous of them to offer us.
Yes. They're so generous. They're all so generous. I know.
What's this about?
I never wanted to end up here. I never want to end up in this lavish world of lies. Just the politics and here we are, and here I am. This wasn't what I had
But that doesn't
planned.
change who you are.
I walk in wearing nothing but a purple silk robe. And I sit next to you. Gotta accept the good things in life sometimes as well as the bad, eh?
Yes, this is why I left Donodale. I didn't.
So you were this rich?
From what I've heard from his sister, he is this rich. But who am I? But
Rich.
Jadobi, I understand that your sister has prepped me for your apprehensions of your heritage and everything else, and I just want you to know that this home can be whatever you want it to be. And sometimes you fight who you are, but at the end of the day, you are who you are, and fate will bring you in any direction that you would choose.
You sound like my mother.
A very lovely lady, from what I've been told.
Yes. Rydell, was it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We I don't imagine we'll be here long, just to let you know. I don't think we'll actually be here, so don't expect.
Very well, sir. Very well.
Rydell. Thank you.
I am on the ground, on my back, rolling about. I did not hear this conversation because I'm very distracted by Denahi's purple robe. And I'm confused. I don't know what to think.
Look, Boo, there's a hole for my tail. My tail starts to sway.
Now that I've calmed down, I'm guessing everyone is around me.
Who's aroused?
I'm guessing everyone's either around me or in earshot, and I say,
Is here to help me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What I said earlier.
I snap to it at that. And I tell him I'm also sorry that I always try to help you, but I do what I can, Jadobi.
I know. And we don't even really know each other, and I shouldn't expect, and I apologize. You were there. I'm sorry.
I will not let you down.
The last battle was a close one. We will make sure it doesn't happen to you again.
Each other. We'll watch out for each other. As long as we'll be together. Who knows? No one is bound by anything. But
except fate.
God.
Venus, you
Realms of Ukodor.
The guy's so
bound by fate.
Bound by fate.
Venus, you had your pet was coming in today, yes?
Yes.
Oh.
But do you really mean what you said, that we're not gonna stay here? I wish I had experienced the finer things of Donadel.
It's.
I get to keep the rope.
Oh, you're here! Oh, no one told me that you were here! Oh, I'm.
You're choking. Are you okay? Drink some ale.
I just fucked that up.
No, go with it. You're doing great. Go with it.
I'm Aaron. I can make you any kind of food, anything that you would like. I'm here to help you to make sure that this is as comfortable and warm as it could ever be. And she's a probably 40s gnomish woman. Very. She's got some nice robes, but she looks like she's been cooking all day.
She's laughing a lot.
Yes.
I look at her and I realize I feel very differently about her than I did about Denahi and the robe. And I get excited at the mention of the food, though. And I ask her, can you make tuna with cheese and olives?
Yeah, I think we could do that for you. That's no problem at all.
I'm sorry. Wait.
I'm hungry.
Aaron, was it?
Yes.
How many helpers are there in this house?
Right now, there hasn't been anyone living in this house for some time, so it's really just been wow.
Rydell
and I. But we are per your sister's request, we have been asked to bring in some additional help to tidy up and take care of the land and take care of the house. They also mentioned to possibly bring in some other security type of individuals to help just make sure that you guys are safe and protected while within these walls.
Walls. Fucking walls.
Or a courtyard if you prefer the courtyard. No.
I think we can protect ourselves. Have you heard what we've done?
Absolutely. But you can't really protect yourself when you're sleeping now, can you?
That's what we've got each other for.
That's what we have Venus for, in most cases.
Thank you.
But, yes. So
thank you.
Please go about your day. I'll make sure to have a really big feast of all sorts of food and all sorts of delights for you when you come back this evening for dinner.
You know, my ears are kind of short, but they still, like, the second she says, like, a feast, they slightly perk up. So I'm just like,
I'm still very exasperated, and I can't decide if I'm excited about food or tail.
That needs a big old refrigerator scoop.
Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate everything you are doing and who you are.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
I've rolled over on my stomach and I'm pressing my pelvis to the ground.
And you must be Burakubuu.
Yeah!
I've heard so many wonderful things about you.
From who?
From the Duke.
Oh, he's a good-looking guy.
As are you, Master.
Don't call us master, please.
Force of habit, I apologize.
You or I, we are all equals in this house that we will probably not be staying in.
Oh.
So just
You're not gonna stay here?
I have.
No need to offend.
When she compliments me, I lick my fingers and wet my nipples.
So this time it's probably about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Aaron, when if I may ask you, when does do the ships normally come in from the docks?
Oh, they come in through all they come in all throughout the day. But if you don't mind, I'm gonna go and get started on the meals.
Okay.
But please, anytime you can
Alright.
just come into the kitchen and we can whip something up for you.
Can I get a slab of meat? I'm about to get my dog, and I'd love to give her something to eat.
We can do that for you, sure.
Okay.
She goes and gets a slab of meat that's kind of wrapped in some cloth and hands it to you.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And I head out our home door.
It's so weird to say. Our home door.
You don't have to
in
go.
character.
I'm gonna go and head down to the docks.
I'm going with her.
I want to go see the dog.
So you're all going with it?
Yes.
Okay. So you head down to the docks. We're not by a fireplace anymore.
Can I say something to Torque on the way there?
I hope so.
Can I say something to Torque on the way to the docks?
Yep.
Have a jacket on, by the way.
Torque, I
Rope's still on,
wanted to ask you something. You seemed yesterday more inebriated than I know you to be. Is everything all right?
Sure, it takes the edge off.
Of battle?
It's kind of hard for me to see you with these young ones and not think of my family that I lost.
I'm sorry. That is,
It's not your fault, but why don't you want to enjoy the pleasures of the house?
I know it seems very nice and pretty and all, but, everything in that house, the city, is just, it's a beautiful bird cage. Yes, it's beautiful, but it's a bird cage.
No one's stopping
that's
you
why they
from
have-
leaving.
I know, and we are leaving because I made a promise to you that I would help you find who did what they did to your family.
We will find them, but it's another land.
And
So we'll see what happens.
We will. We will.
As we approach the docks, I'm looking around, peering to see if I see Ava.
So the docks themselves, it's a pretty. Is he dying again? The docks, as I told you before, the entire city is on a cliff. So the docks, you kind of go down a series of steps, and there's a row of docks, which 15 to 30 feet wide, and goes the length of the entire dock area. Goes down to some more steps, and again, same thing. And then there's 4 piers that go kind of down and out, and they're all on giant, wooden stilts, in the water. And you see about a half a dozen ships in the docks, and you see one larger ship that is kind of coming in, and you see the Rufus, old grumpy dude, kind of down at the bottom by the pier, kind of in the same area where that boat is coming.
Rufus, is that the ship with the animals on it?
Is that the ship that's walking? That's walking. Fuck, man, I'm tired.
Ships can walk?
Yes, obviously ships can't walk.
It's a fantasy world. We can
That's
walk
the
walking
ship
ships.
that's walking. I just did this fucking again. Docking.
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 Got
That
it.
is the ship That is docking.
Yes.
Lancelot,
Oh
you
my,
son of a bitch.
that is the docking ship.
Okay. That is the ship that is entering the harbor. Yes. I think it was the old voice. That was going
She's here. And I'm running down the dock that has the big ship.
Okay. Are you actually going down the pier?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
going down the pier.
Where are the rest of you?
Dog.
Dog.
Yeah.
I'm right behind her.
So you're all going down the
roast it?
pier? Okay.
I'm like
I was gonna
running.
pet it.
Venus,
That seems pointless.
I don't know where we're going, but I'm just gonna run with him.
Can you all roll a perception check real quick?
Rolling.
Ooh, I got something good.
Natural 20.
18.
16.
21.
And it's when it doesn't even
You all
matter.
notice, but Torque especially, Rufus looks very concerned, and he's kind of like mumbling to himself, and he's kind of like shaking for a second, and then turns and then runs down the pier that you guys were on.
Your
back towards the
dockman
dock.
is very concerned.
And I'm still running towards the ship.
Judah! Judah! We have a problem! So he's yelling out to the distance, and the ship isn't slowing down! And all of a sudden, the dock people are all kind of like scrambling around the pier, and that ship is literally, the sails are still down, and it is barreling towards the docks.
Oh no, she's on there. What am I getting? And I start running in the direction of the other people.
Okay.
I look ahead to see if there are any children or people that might be hit.
And I'm still looking
On the pier?
over at the
Roll a
ship.
perception check.
Haha. That would be 23.
Aha! I'm not going to tell you. There's probably several dozen people on the pier, and some of the adults are starting to run. Everyone seems to be kind of scattering, trying to get as close to the cliffs as possible as the ship comes kind of barreling in.
So they're already running away.
Some of them are running, but people are kind of like straggling behind.
Are there any children who haven't moved?
Yes.
And I need to go save those children.
Okay. Roll a strength check just for focus.
14.
14. Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
He's going to save some people. You're running somewhere.
I'm running away from the ship, but still looking like back at it to see if it will stop.
Okay.
I can't think of anything to do.
I just
went after Venus.
This boat.
You're still at the end of the pier, though?
I mean, what am I supposed to do?
Okay. Roll a perception check for me. Whoever's on the pier. You're running with the kid. And you're running towards Dudu.
And I am
I
very
rolled natural 19, but then so 22.
Okay. The ship is getting closer. You see, it's relatively close now, and it's still moving. You see one person kind of like running around the ship, looking like he's trying to like cut the ropes or try to bring the sails down. You do see the mainsail. It does look like it comes down, but it comes down from the top. Like you know that the sails usually roll up. You actually see it come down from the top, and another one starts coming down, but it's still moving pretty quickly. And it's.
Are we close enough where we can throw a rope to it to try to?
It's a ship.
Not quite that close, but you do know from its trajectory with that roll that it is kind of making a beeline, literally for the dock that you guys are standing on.
I am level 3.
Get off the dock.
I can't.
Clear the dock.
He says that, yes.
Okay. So what do you guys do?
I'm running up the steps, but I hear the mast come or the sail come down, and I freak out because I'm not sure what's going on.
So the rest of you start to barrel down the dock. Everyone seems to make it off. No one's falling off, or no one's like getting knocked off the dock. The ship barrels into that dock, not completely decimating it, but hitting it like the side. Like if this is the dock, the ship is coming in and kind of grinding the side of the dock. You're seeing the boards and barrels and things being thrown. The ship is just continuously grinding and grinding. And eventually when it comes to the edge of the pier where it hits the dock, it does jam into the dock about 10, 15 feet in. The dock rips open and the ship finally comes to a halt.
Clear the boat.
Is the boat am I at a level on the stairs where I can jump on the boat?
Yeah, I mean it's all up in
Okay,
the
so I
pier
jump on
and
the
the
boat.
dock.
Oh
and
yeah,
then frantically looking around.
Yes,
Okay.
we
Roll
begin
a
moving on
perception
to the
check for me.
I'll yell.
boat to clear.
Anyone who jumps on.
Is
the boat.
everyone all right? Is everyone okay?
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Hey.
As you jump onto
I
the
want
boat,
one.
Is that athletics?
I want a natural.
you don't see anyone in sight. You see,
Well, we saw the one person.
well, at the moment when she jumps on, you don't see anybody yet. You see about 17, you natural 20, right? You see about 17 dead orcs all throughout the decks, and you see about another dozen people. Also, everyone is just dead on this boat. And then you hear, you see someone kind of where the steering wheel is. He comes up and he flings the sail off of him, and it's a human, young man, maybe 18 years old.
What happened?
We were attacked. And as he walks down the, the upper deck of the ship, he walks down. You guys are kind of in the front of the ship. He's walking towards you. Roll another perception check with advantage.
Where are the animals at?
Roll again to get the higher.
Yeah, we'll get it.
24.
24. As he's walking towards you, so imagine me being him walking towards you, and you guys are kind of in the front of the ship. Over his shoulder, you see yellow, large eyes kind of underneath where he was, kind of where the captain's quarters would be, but the door and all that is just torn down, and you all of a sudden hear.
I start rising
And
vines.
she, out of the shadows comes this large, dire wolf. It's all black with some brown hair coming out. It's a monstrous, large creature. Jumps up and pounces on the 18-year-old human boy and just starts licking him all over the place, just trying to kind of rejuvenate. And it's Ava.
Baby, are you okay? And
And she immediately darts towards you. He's soaked with saliva and all sorts of funk. She's got tons of blood all over her. And she comes up and she just starts nestling with you.
That's your puppy?
Hello, you've had one too.
That is awesome.
Mine was not that big.
And then I roll her onto her back and she has her paws up and I'm rubbing her belly, but I notice that she's hurt.
Yeah, she has a lot of scratch marks, a lot of wounds. Some of the blood is more of like a bluish green hue, that maybe it's not hers. But she does look very hurt, but she is alive and breathing.
We need to get you better. You're not going anywhere.
The boy comes up and kind of snickers and shakes off all the saliva and walks towards the rest of you.
Is there anyone else on that boat?
I think you have to check in the below decks. And he's completely out of breath and literally about to pass out. At this point, a lot of the dock hands and other people are coming to rush to his aid, and he's.
I point to Ava and still looking at the kid. Did she protect you?
She saved everyone on the ship that is still alive.
And I squeeze her tightly and I say, so much has happened without you. As a tear goes my eye.
I want to approach the animal.
Okay. How are you approaching?
Cautiously. And I would like to attempt to place my hand upon it.
You get about 10 feet closer to her, and she immediately flips back on her feet.
Ava,
Sounds like Ava.
It's okay.
Sounds like Ava.
It's okay. And I pet her for, they're with me.
I just want to calm and place my hand on the animal.
I wouldn't touch her for now. She's badly injured.
I'm
But she'll stay.
I'm going to try to get close to her and comfort her
I'm
so
gonna
I
check
can
the hold of the
so I
boat.
can heal her.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna do.
I know. But
Fine,
I'm gonna see if
still
I'm
my
better.
story. It's
Should
okay.
I roll for animal handling or something?
Yes, and then
Mine's
roll a
higher.
healing spell.
Well, it's not a contest, bro.
Before
Yeah.
I see them getting ready to heal her, and I cast Speak with Animals on myself, and I say, Ava, it's okay, they're trying to help you.
Okay.
I know you're badly hurt, but
19 total.
stay still.
Okay.
So I, so it's all right. It's okay. It's all right. And I will place my hand in her fur. How like deep does my hand go in her fur?
You can't even see your hand.
Oh, okay. And I will.
She is one of the biggest dire wolves that you've ever seen.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I will mutter an incantation as the tattoos on the arm that's on Ava glow a warm yellow.
Okay.
And I will heal her for. Oh, hey, not bad. Sorry. 11 total.
11?
Yeah.
Okay. So as this healing energy comes off of your hand right before you touch like her snout, she hesitates and shies away, but you know, with hearing Venus talk to her, she kind of lets you just barely touch her nose, and she feels this surge of energy go through her. Some of the wounds start to heal just a little bit, and she just starts like nuzzling you. And
there we go.
She's not quite limping as bad as she was, but she's still pretty hurt. And you can tell at this point, because you've known her for a while, that she was almost dead.
Oof.
I don't know what. I don't think we can go on for a few more days.
And you go down to the hold.
I want to look in the boat.
So down in the hold, you see this is a relatively large ship. So compared to the ship that you guys rode on, there was a lot of people. About half the ship is full of like farm animals, and there's some horses down there. And there's just everyone who seems like they're coming here with everything. And on the other side of the ship, there's probably 30 plus people, women, children, people of all sorts of races and upbringings. Just everyone's shaking and scared because they knew what was going on, but they were safe down in the hold.
Begin gathering them and getting them out of there.
Okay. And some of the other dock hands are coming and helping, and you guys are all kind of helping gather all the people out and the animals and everything to unload.
Cool.
Your dog sounds kind of like a pig horse.
I need to get her somewhere. She needs to get healed.
Can I tell what if she is being illed by something, like if she's poisoned or anything?
Roll a medicine check.
Gladly. Please don't be crap. I'm normally good at this. We'll see what happens. No, that's a 3, so whatever I add won't add up. Well, just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case. Medicine. 5 total.
The best you can tell, it just looks like really bad battle wounds, and you both rolled relatively high earlier. Yeah, I mean, there's lacerations and she essentially, from what it looks like, is that she took on most of these orcs by herself. Like the people that were here did not defend the ship very well.
Okay. She's a protector, isn't she?
She takes after her mama.
No kidding. That's you, right? I don't. Yeah, you. Yeah,
Yes.
I thought so. I was just making sure.
I mean, she is
Ava.
my dire wolf.
Ava. All right.
And I'm walking towards.
Our Venus. Our ox might be a little jealous of Ava.
Ha!
Right.
Just to let you know, it's okay.
Maybe we can keep the ox in the garden, and Ava will stay in my room.
Because she might eat it.
You wouldn't do that, would you? And I'm speaking to Ava.
And at that point, she's sniffing around. She smells the meat that's in your bag.
I take it out and I give it to her. This is just for you.
And she just chows it down. It almost chews it 3 times and it's gone.
Out of curiosity, how does Ava talk to Venus since they can talk to each other?
She didn't respond.
Oh.
She just acknowledged that she was talking.
Okay.
But I did cast Speak with Animals earlier.
I mean, she's also been around with you for long enough where you just like a normal dog understands some basic commands. So you don't necessarily need to speak with animals to give her commands and speak to her every time.
Dork wanted to eat your dog.
What did you find on the ship?
Oh, we're all done. We rescued everybody out of there?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
some time has passed. It's probably about 6 o'clock in the evening now.
Many
and everyone
animals, some people.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
All right.
What do you guys want to do?
I want to go find Dorius, but then my brother-in-law said that he would send Dorius to us when Dorius was done, so I feel like I shouldn't do that. We need we need to go find help for
Perhaps Arin or Rydell could help us. They know many things.
Perhaps.
And have been a help thus far.
Should we stop by the where do they keep horses? Stable.
Yeah.
There we go. That one. Should we stop by the stable to pick up our ox, or should we wait till later?
If you'd like to go, you can go without me. I am going to take her directly home.
I'll go with you.
And so we head back home.
Okay. So you take a little time to go head back home. You open the door. You actually bring her in. Oh heavens!
I'm so sorry, Rydell. She won't hurt you, but she's injured badly. Do you have any medicines or potions?
Animal doctor.
This is your pet?
Yes. I asked for the biggest room for a reason.
Okay. We can send for some help and some aid. All right. And at this point, let me get some cloth. Okay. And at this point, she rushes off, and he's still kind of very.
In his house.
She runs, and you hear like pots and pans and things, and sounds like she's starting a fire and trying to maybe boil some water or something. And the front door is still open because you guys have just walked in the door, and you hear a voice behind you. Un momento, por favor.
Say what now?
I said un momento.
What that mean? Nothing.
Okay. It's a foreign language that you do not understand.
Oh.
Yeah. You hear a voice behind you. There you are. I know we said. Turning around, you see that it's a Juliet from the temple. When you spoke to Hassan, the female human that was looking through her book, the one that you were going to escort.
Oh yeah.
I know he. I know my brother told me that you were still going to think about it, but I'm hoping that you come up with a decision because I need to go. I need to go now. I need to go tonight. Some things have changed, and we need to get to Rearguard as fast as possible.
But there was a feast.
Oh.
Sorry.
Can you leave? I need to leave in at least 2 hours. Can you do this for me?
Go without me. I have to stay here.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. She needs me here. I haven't seen her in months. It feels like forever.
Okay.
We should go, Jadobi. She needs time. They'll be okay. But this woman needs our help right now.
We're going without our ranger?
You guys are leaving so soon. Hold on. I'll give you a care package. And Arin runs back, and she brings not a haversack, but like a large bag. It's got a lot of helpings and food and stuff. Maybe like 30 minutes takes her time to gather things.
Okay.
And hands 2 bags, one to you and one to you, Torque. They're full bags of a lot of rations and like, really nice meats and foods and breads that she was creating. Still smells
like
and still
nothing
very
to me.
warm.
I know. If I'm
hands it to you, and then she turns and goes to Ava and starts like tending to the wounds. And Ava literally just sits there and lets her just do whatever. It's kind of a weird thing that Ava understands that she's trying to help.
All right. Well.
Torque, don't worry. We'll catch up in no time once she's okay.
If you are going to help me, I will go to the north gate and I will wait there. I'll wait there for a little bit longer. And if you come, great, we can go together. If not, I'm going to go on my own.
Okay.
But I will see you shortly.
Okay.
And she runs off.
All right, Northgate in 2 hours.
Sorry, Jadobi. I know that it's been a lot of things back to back, but
We can leave, yeah. It's okay. We can go. It's okay. Yeah.
Should we get some?
We should probably go right now. And I grab when I like leave the house.
Okay. You all go with him?
I guess so.
Okay.
Except me.
Okay. So the 4 of you.
I promise to have his back.
Take some time. Are you stopping anywhere on the way out?
Maybe we should get more potions.
Yeah, let's do that. Are you still in your robe?
Yeah.
You're still in your robe?
I have a jacket over it.
Oh, for real?
We're gonna.
I go back
Boo
and
can't
change
move now.
and come back
Okay.
with my gear and all my shit.
You look a little bit depressed. You alright?
As you guys start heading towards the north gate, most of the shops and establishments are closed. One of which you recognize, Gnome Depot, is the lights are still on and the front door is open.
Gnome Depot.
We go in.
Okay. You walk in and there's one other patron in there. He looks like he's doing something and he's talking to Mills, which is the gnome that you guys had spoken to before.
Okay. Mills. Wait, was I?
All right, get out of here! Get out of here! I don't need you anymore. And the patron leaves. Oh, you're back again. What can I do?
We need to stock up on things before we leave on a journey.
Okay, I'm about to close. What do you want?
Healing potions, antidotes.
I don't have any antidotes. You want a healing potion? What kind of healing potion would you like?
A healing kind?
One tier up from common, please.
Well, let me see what I have. Yeah, you take some time, clanking of flasks and such. I have, he comes back out. I have 3 greater healing potions.
Ooh.
3. I will take one of those 3. How much?
75 gold.
One for me too.
Okay, 75 gold for you.
Antidotes. Do you have? Or antitoxins, as people say different things.
Yes, I have 2 antitoxins left.
I'll take 1. How much?
45 gold.
Done.
I don't have enough gold for a potion.
Don't forget that we got 34 silver and 11 copper each earlier.
Right.
Oh, what?
Oh yeah, you're
I'm
gonna do
sorry.
not there. Don't worry, Bill. I got you. I'll take one more of your greater. That's 75, and I'll take another of your antidote. That is another 45 gold.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else, big man? You want
Thank
something?
you, brother.
I literally am up to your knee right now. You're a very big man. I don't know what is going on.
I don't know, tiny man. What can I get for 34 silver?
What are you wanting? I have all kinds of things.
Oh, you took
Do you have anything for AC?
The corpse.
Leather
Oh,
chest
right,
plate.
we took the...
Let me see if I have any. You want some specialty items? Oh, you guys are a pain in my ass.
We love you
Potions,
too.
I have a. I cannot read in my own fucking writing.
Hold up, buy hero points.
I actually have this cloak. It helps protect you a little bit. I'm looking for 200 gold pieces.
What?
And I have some boots that kind of make you quiet when you walk. And I've got some bracers that kind of also protect you in a way or not. That's all I got for the special shit. What else do you want?
I whisper to him, try to make it private. Do you happen to have anything for giving one more wisdom?
No, I do not have anything like that.
Okay.
I just told you what I have.
You did.
How much are the bracers?
Should I rub them on my butt?
200. It's actually on discount. It's roughly 400 normally.
Tell them who you know.
I know the Duke.
So do I. He's a nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
I can give you 75 gold for the bracers. That's it. And some gems.
Oh, gems.
What do I want with some gems? The bracers
What don't you want with gems?
are... You know what? I have some really good bracers for 300, but no, I won't give you those.
Show him the weapons.
Let me see. Any rifles?
What about these weapons?
I'll
What do
trade
you
you a silk
The
purple
ones we
robe.
took
The
from
ones from the Gladiator.
The rusty ones?
Oh, no, those
No,
are
those were nice.
Oh, let me see this. You know what? If we trade this, and I'll give you the not so good ones, but they're still decent, and we'll call it 50 gold, and we'll call it a deal.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll take the cloak.
I'm gonna write that for you in a second.
Just buying it outright, baller?
You want the cloak?
You don't even want me to rub my butt on it and get a discount?
Rub your butt on it? Did that work?
Maybe.
Rub your ass on it then.
Can I see that cloak?
If you buy it, but she already bought it, so it's on her.
Oh.
Here you go, is
Do you
your
still
nice pretty blue cloak.
Want me to rub my butt on your cloak?
It's the variant on there, what you get.
Sweet.
And I got to do your thing. Hold on. I got to write it on the piece of paper, and I got to do this. Anybody else want anything while I'm doing this other paperwork? You're coming in this late, and it's fucking paperwork.
We're giving you money. You love it.
What can I get for 45 silver?
Jesus. Can you please tell me what you're looking for, and I will tell you how much it's worth. I got a lot of shit in the store.
Could I buy those boots for 45 silver?
No, you cannot buy those boots for 35 silver. If those boots are 300 gold pieces.
Okay.
Maybe when we come back, okay, Burakubuu? Maybe when we come back.
Okay.
I'm all set.
Oh.
The other ones were really better, but you know, you didn't have the coin, so. I don't run the charity here.
Thank you for your time.
Have a good night.
You too. Jackass. And I leave.
Go fuck yourself. I'm little, but I can still hear everything, okay?
That's 5 F-bombs from the DM.
Stop counting.
And that's 1 tick for Burakubuu.
And the last course of business that I want to do before we go to the northern gate is to pick up my ox.
You want to pick up the oxen cart?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you head over to the stables and grab the oxen cart. He's still there, just eating hay, doing his thing.
Scratch one of his chin.
Just eating hay.
Good to see you. Time to go, buddy. And
okay.
we'll be off to the gate.
Okay.
Unless anyone else wants to.
Are the 4 of you on the cart?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on the ox. They're on the cart. I'm on the ox.
I will walk
They're
alongside.
sitting on the ox, pulling the cart. I'm sure that's great for his back.
He seems chill.
Does he?
He seems chill.
Who's? So I guess you're driving then, since you're.
I will walk to the left side near the front wheel of the cart behind the ox.
Okay. Good to know. You head towards the gate. You see her. Oh, okay. She jumps onto the cart.
I pause for 1 minute. That book isn't ready, is it? The book that we'll find out later. We'll find out when we come back. All right.
I do not know this book.
The gnome needed
That was somebody else.
4 days to finish the book up.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 days to translate the
Gotcha.
book.
Yeah.
It's only been 2 or 3.
Yeah, we have 3 more days. Cool.
So, but we should definitely not forget to get the book when we get back.
I won't. It's on my calendar.
Okay. So the 5 of you now, they've tended to Ava's wounds.
No, I'm kidding.
She's bandaged up. She's kind of curled up into a ball in like the main living area next to the fireplace. Aaron has created a fire and brought some more food and some taking care of of Ava, and you're just kind of sitting next to her and just embracing each other. And the night comes and you eventually fall asleep, just hugging and caressing. The rest of you are sitting with Juliet, and she's rifling through her book. She's got like a candle lantern. She's reading and she's just kind of like doing her own thing.
Okay.
And Rarigard is probably about 4 days travel on the ox.
4 days.
So it is late. It's probably 8, 9 o'clock at this point. What do you guys want to do?
Well, we're on the way. We have Juliet. She's in the cart. We're hauling out. Do we want to talk to Juliet? Juliet, you seem very disheveled in a hurry. It's going to be 4 days. Are you okay?
I'll let you know when I get there.
Speak to me. What's wrong?
There's nothing to talk about yet. I heard about what happened in the warehouses that you all found with Svend. This is not good. This is not good at all. I'll talk to you in the morning. And she's kind of like almost like nodding off, like she hasn't slept in days, but she's still rifling through her books and she's reading.
I want to kind of like eavesdrop on her books and kind of like see like what.
Roll
Vision.
roll a sleight of hand.
Wait, hold on. I just improved my rules.
I rolled a natural 2, and I'm pretty sure I'm only gonna like stealth of whatever is a 1, so 3 total.
She just leave me be. And she kind of turns her back, so then she's like facing you guys, but sitting in like the back of the cart and just rifling through her stuff.
I too am interested in her book.
Okay. And you're in the front of the cart.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
I would like to see if I can discern what she's reading.
So you're gonna move closer and you're gonna do the same thing. Okay. Roll we'll call it sleight of hand again. Sleight of eye.
15.
15. She looks like she's reading through, like some of the books look like spell books. The other books look almost like historical document books, like segments of things that have happened in the past. You don't recognize any of it though.
Turn to whisper to Jadobi. Are we escorting a spellcaster?
I don't know. I don't know Juliet. Do I? I don't know Juliet.
No, you guys.
I don't.
She didn't talk to you when he was talking to Hassan.
Right.
I don't know as much as you do about magic, but it seems like she's reading about it.
Well,
and she seems very distressed by what she heard about Sven.
Maybe she's also researching the situation that we had yesterday. Maybe she's reading up on.
I have a feeling it's bigger than what we've seen.
Hopefully, it's not. But
roll
we'll
a
find out.
Perception check with disadvantage because you're driving and you're looking back and talking to everybody.
Oh, that's a good one too, man. Come on, be a natural 20.
Yeah.
What's a natural 20?
What was the first one?
The first one was 19.
Okay.
19 plus
so
stuff.
What's the stuff?
Oh, that was exciting. What's what?
What's the stuff?
Oh, 19 plus, what was this? This was,
Perception.
Perception. So 21 total.
21. Okay. Okay. You kind of realize that you're steering the ox cart. It is starting to kind of veer off the road, and you're kind of bumping off the road, and you pull it back and kind of, oh yeah, I'm driving.
Oh, it was for driving.
It's now about 10 o'clock at night.
Dang.
The moon is still high, but then it is very dark, and you're on a dark road. What would you guys like to do?
I'm looking through the woods with my dark vision.
Okay. You can only see about 60 feet or so, but you can roll a perception check.
Do I have that one thing
13.
handy?
13? You don't see anything that sticks out?
Would you like to camp?
This seems pretty important. One second. I want to see if I have that one thing ready.
I can settle down if y'all want to.
I don't. I want to do like a nature or animal handling check to see if my ox is tired.
I mean, you just started, so I mean, you've only been walking.
Okay.
2 hours, maybe.
We keep going. I wait until the ox is kind of tired. I don't want to like run him ragged, but
okay.
We'll go and then
so
when
let's say you walk for more than an hour or two, and the ox looks like it's kind of tired, and it's getting to midnight now, so it's really late in the evening.
We'll pull over to a safe spot.
Okay. All right, so you pull over. Roll a perception check. Who's looking for a place to camp? Are you just looking to camp like right off the road, or are you looking to kind of get off the road more?
Is our ranger with us now? Or?
No, she's home.
I can, Outlander.
We can all. Can you help me see if we can find a good place to crash for the night?
Aha.
Let's both roll. Roll off. Natural 19 plus stuff.
Okay. So just tell me what you're looking for. Are you looking to stay right off the road? Or are you looking to go like out into the woods somewhere? What are you looking?
I don't want to veer too far from the road.
Okay.
But I want an area that's maybe lower grass, maybe
Is it pull off?
maybe like some campers have been here before, so there's kind of like
Rest area.
a outed fire somewhere, that kind of thing.
Ye old rest
You
area.
take some time, and it's kind of relatively. It's 100 feet off the
outhouse.
road. You do find a good, nice flat area. It's got some tree coverage, and there's some large boulders there too. That looks like a nice place to camp.
Okay.
Let your ox rest.
That's what I'm doing, Torque. That's why we pull over.
Okay.
But okay. Yes.
Okay.
So we make camp.
You make camp. You take some time, make camp. She seems a little irritated, but understands. You make camp. You start the fire. Okay. So you got camp set up. You're gonna sit around the fire. It's midnight about now.
Juliet.
The best a man can get. Like the old commercials for the razors.
We're not promoting them.
I'm out looking.
Can't
for
you tell
food.
that we all shave?
Remember
Major
League when he had
I give
upside down.
Denahi the bag of food just in case she's hungry.
Eat this.
Juliet, we're resting for the night, obviously, and we have plenty of time. Do you want to talk about what you're reading? What you're
No.
the situation?
No, I don't.
No.
What about?
So you just want us to take you there, and you don't want to tell us anything at all?
Right now, yes. That was the agreement that Hassan was talking to you about. I needed protection because the road is not safe, and I have something very important to do when I get to Raragrad.
Gillette, it's hard for us to protect you if we don't know what may come.
I don't know what's to come.
What are you doing?
I am going to... you guys are going to pester me and I won't be able to go to sleep.
It's
I
true.
am going to inspect a cave that is up north, south of Raragrad. There has been some similar magic going on out there that sounds very similar to what you encountered last night.
Will you let us know if, as you study, you figure out if there's anything we can do to combat it better?
I will give you any advantage that I can give you.
You don't try to use this death magic, do you?
Do I look like I use this death magic?
I didn't think the other guy looked like it either.
You can never
You
really
weren't
tell.
looking close enough then.
I could tell.
How can one tell?
We'll talk about it in the morning. And she kind of just curls up. She has her books like on her and she's going to sleep.
As I look at her sleeping, do I sense anything about her?
Roll perception check.
Do I feel her aura? I don't know.
Perception or insight?
Insight.
Can I see her aura?
Can I like see what like color it is? Like,
God.
is it like a blue or like
16.
a red?
Seafoam green.
You
Seafoam green.
sense very pure intentions, and yeah, that's it. You sense very pure intentions.
I nod to myself and get comfortable.
Okay.
And
Okay.
look over at the Nahi, find myself troubled, and roll the other way.
Okay.
Troubled by
So
your
you-
jacket.
You're going to sleep as well. The rest of you going to sleep?
I'm gonna
keep
keep watch with Denahi.
So you're both going to keep watch?
Yes.
I think about inspecting caves as I fall asleep.
You got one set. I got the
All right.
As we are, as me and Denahi
Go ahead.
are looking out, I want to
Cave
say,
inspection.
Denahi, I've been meaning to ask you, your fire, the fire that you create, is purple. I've never seen that before, and I understand that your focus is more arcane in nature. So I understand there's some differences and unexplaining things. I don't know, but I was wondering about that. What kind of fire is that?
I don't know either, to be honest with you. I was born like this. I was born like this.
Roll a insight check, Jadovi.
Please don't be crappy dice. Come on, help me out. I want to know some stuff. God, hold on. What am I adding? 10 total.
Okay, I was looking for a 10.
Yes.
The purple hue that you have seen emanate from her hands during her spells is much different it's a more vibrant purple pink color. This was a very dark black and then dark purple that was coming from his hands. It didn't look the same. It's a different shade of purple, essentially.
That was
And
coming
you-
from his hands.
Yes,
okay.
and you also you believe everything that she's mentioning right now as well.
Okay. Okay, all right. The reason I ask is because I've only ever seen blue fire, and that's the hottest natural fire, and only the strongest of elemental users can even produce such a thing. But and then there was that green fire from Roman, but that was fake, I think. It wasn't real.
I don't know much about it myself.
Okay. Well, I know that you want to help me with Talk's situation, so maybe we can find out together.
Yeah, I think we can.
Okay.
Can either one of you roll a perception check with advantage, or both of you roll, please?
Who has the best perception out of that?
I have 0, so.
I should probably do that. So she's helping me.
I start
Yeah.
kicking
I
my
can
legs
see in the dark.
inside.
Yeah.
Fall asleep.
Golly.
Well.
10 total.
10?
Yes.
Okay. You don't hear anything, and your watch goes with no issue.
I fart in my sleep.
9.
Who's, as you guys are going down for the rest of your, to rest for the rest of the night, who's got second watch?
Who are we waking up?
Wake up, Boo.
Kick him.
I go up and I cast thaumaturgy. Just the ground just starts to shake underneath me.
All right, so they go to sleep, and you're woken up, and they hand the torch to you for hand the watch to you for your next shift.
Hand me a watch? Am I retiring?
Jesus.
This gold watch.
Are you doing anything during your evening?
This watch, your father's
Meditate.
watch. For 2 years, I stored this uncomfortable hunk of metal the only place I could. My ass.
I will meditate as I keep watch.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Oh, that's 20.
20. Your watch goes without notice. You can go to sleep, and now it's.
Oh, it's mine? Oh,
You're
okay.
the only one left.
Yeah.
Tag.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be a great T-shirt. Boo and him.
Trying to
tag.
jump and
10 perception.
10. You are kind of going in and out of sleep. It's very hard for you to stay awake usually in the night. And
As soon as the sun started to rise.
I'm feeling dead air.
you kind of start to hear something off in the distance. You're slightly awoken. It's early morning, probably 5 or 6. The sun is starting to just peek over the ridge. The night of rest is almost finished, and there in the distance you hear something very loud roar of some creature off in the distance.
I'm up.
Yeah, everyone's up at this point.
What was that? What?
Did you hear that?
Was that you guys?
I get up out of my.
I stand up.
No, I don't think
I
this
have
is good.
defecated.
In your pants.
I take a look around.
Me too.
Roll a perception check, please.
16.
Oh.
16.
16.
Hey, 16.
Ooh, that's a 19.
You hear off in the distance. The road is going straight east. You hear on the north side of the road, maybe 100 or 200 feet away, and it feels like it's getting closer. A loud roar of some sort of beast, which you've just heard. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh no, man! What is it?
I would like to thank everybody for watching, and Sirenscape
Thank you.
for the beautiful sound effects and everything that we've added to the immersion of the show.
Invite your friends.
Please take a moment to go to ukodor.com and view all the sponsors, and you can read little bios about all the players.
Share us and stuff, please.
Share us and stuff on social media, like us and all the jazz. To all of you Ukodorks out there, I want you to enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you next week for some midweek mayhem.
Hey.
Lick your